All right. We've had some technical difficulties today, but somehow we got on. I don't know. You guys let me know if there's any issues. I think I fixed it. You guys, the camera's gonna look weird because I'm using a different camera. Because my other camera, everything updated. I mean, fucking everything updated. The NVIDIA card updated. The fucking browser was updating. Browsers I don't use were updating. Shit got crazy. This is why I need more time to actually figure out what the hell I'm doing. All right. Anyways, let's see. We're gonna put in here. This is the new video out. Trump supporter caught abusing the monkeys. Hey, what's up, Jess? Thanks for being here. If you guys haven't watched this video, this guy's a complete, utter piece of garbage. But if you haven't watched it, you guys should watch that video. Because it should be shared far and wide so everybody can see what a gigantic piece of garbage this person is. Also kind of weird, but YouTube apparently has all these fucking videos, and the girl who was calling people out for this stuff, her name was Lucy. I don't know if that's her real name or not, but she was actually getting banned from YouTube by being reported by people that were abusing animals. Absolute insanity. I don't understand how that's a thing, but I also know from prior experience on my part that actually YouTube's like algorithm and stuff like that for banning content creators is actually pretty bad. And like this whole right-wing people crying about getting banned and deplatformed and shadow banned and all that stuff. Really, the actual honest truth of the situation is that YouTube has an algorithm that through a reporting process, anybody can get banned. The real question is whether or not you can get your channel back by having conversations with real people, which is what I ended up having to do when I got banned for making fun of Trump supporters. Yeah, exactly, Jess. I don't understand. I'm pretty certain that the reason that that did happen was because of I think it's just they're abusing the reporting system. That's the only way that I can see that's even understandable. And I'm not even gonna say it's understandable. Just like fucking my inability to understand how you could get away with that is just I don't understand it. Like, my videos will get flagged for like a million different things. My videos will get flagged for, and a lot of times, all I have to do is send in a dispute, and either the video will get put back up, or they'll take whatever demonetization off of it and stuff like that. But I have to dispute everything. Meanwhile, apparently, like some of the craziest shit on the internet can be put on YouTube, and no one does anything about it. It's just kind of crazy to me. I don't know. But anyways, if you haven't watched the video, please watch the video. It is out now. It is getting a little bit of views and stuff like that. But obviously, people that watch my short live stream content generally only get recommended my shorts. They don't get recommended my longer form videos. And so if you haven't seen it, or it hasn't been shown to you, or you haven't been notified, check it out. It is kind of, in my opinion, pretty important, and if you watch all the way to the end, it actually also leads to another video, and that's the video talking about the Republican congressman that went over to Uganda to support the Anti-Homosexuality Act of 2023, which is a law in Uganda which prescribes the death penalty for homosexuality. And if you don't believe me, you should watch that video as well. It's pretty fucking insane to believe that these things are happening in the world. Finding out about the ringleader, Trump supporter, monkey abuser was just like mind-blowing, because he goes into it at one point or another and talks about how like the people that are watching these videos are like an Air Force pilot, a grandmother, like lots of women and people that like you would not believe that these people were doing these things. Well, at least I didn't. Maybe you guys. Maybe I'm fucking naive, right? But I can tell you this right now.
People keep asking if we were better off than we were.
I was very, very surprised by this video. I've had animals my whole life. It's insanity to me that a person would abuse an animal, much less abuse it for some type of like pleasure. Fucking insane. Absolutely insane. MTG does abuse Matt Getz. So does so does McCarthy nowadays. Kevin McCarthy is going to be Matt Getz's #1 abuser moving forward. If anyone is having issues with notifications, you can go to the channel and turn notifications from personalized to all. Thank you, Jess, because I didn't know that either. So, yeah, if you guys don't know. Also, if you guys are in the chat and you are not seeing all the messages, you should change it from top chat to live chat. Lots of people all the time tell me that they don't see the messages, they don't see other people talking, or they don't see other people responding. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. You're supposed to change it from top chat to live chat. I have no idea why the hell YouTube would allow that to be the main option. The default option is top chat. You would think that the default option would be live chat. I'm also freezing to death right now. I should have brought my jacket. Why is it still cold? All right, guys. Well, let's get to some of these videos. It is Saturday. It is chill vibes. I'm going to try not to be a super angry ginger. We'll see how long that lasts. But we're going to check out this one, which is an amusing thing that keeps happening is people keep saying, were you better off 4 years ago? And I get what they're trying to say because maybe they're just fucking bad at math. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people. I don't know if that one made it through quality assurance or whatever the fuck, but I can tell you this right now. Yeah, yeah, I'm better off than I was 4 years ago. And that's not even speaking specifically about COVID. I mean, just, economically as well. Like, because the stock market has improved dramatically. My 401k has really done well. I have a simple IRA, not a 401k. But yeah, like there's a lot of things about my life that are incredibly better than they were 4 years ago, and it just seems like such a wrong-headed way to go about trying to say that like Trump was doing better or something like that. Like there's so many other ways that you could do this. Okay, you get a timeout. This is not how we do this. Okay, we're gonna give you 1 minute to calm the fuck down. Yeah, exactly. Industrial knowledge. He's trying to get me to join up in the email scam. Yeah. What's up, that one girl? Yeah, no spamming, no telling people to harm themselves, telling people you will harm them. Any of those things. It's like simple rules, guys. Simple rules. Come on. This is not hard. Anyways. Am I better off than I was 4 years ago? Yeah, fucking, of course I am. Literally, way better off. This is insane. I'm doing good. How are you today? I hope you're having a good Saturday. The weekend, I don't know if you guys are Monday through Friday people, but right now I currently work Monday through Friday. So the weekend is wake up, hang out with the kids, go out, lift. Today I actually did bag work, so I got some anger out before I got in here. and then jump on stream. But I tried to jump on stream, and my computer updated, the camera updated, the video card updated, the freaking Chrome updated, and literally I'm using my backup camera right now because I can't get my my more expensive camera to work right now. So it's actually been going okay though. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna have to call you either girl or that one. All right, so let's watch once again. Let's watch the Republican Party hold the Republican Party accountable with a Lincoln Project
People
video.
keep asking if we were better off than we were 4 years ago. Of course we are. A booming economy, more jobs, higher pay for the middle class, respected in the world again. Stability, sanity, kindness, respect. And most of all, decency in the Oval Office again. America is working and working together. The problems we still face at home and abroad aren't from this White House. They come from a desperate, unstable man and the followers who give him power.
Yeah,
the same man who endangered America's health.
I think it's under control. I'll tell you what.
How? 1,000 Americans are dying a day.
They are dying. It is what it is.
Wrecked our economy and tried to overthrow.
It is. Y'all remember when it first happened? And it was first of all, we're gonna do a little flashback time. You guys remember it was like 2019. We're getting all these reports of all these like different like virus infections going on over in China, right? I remember my boss. Now my boss was well ahead of this. He did a great job, and total props to him. I remember him coming on into the office in late 2019, and he said, "Hey, you hear about all this stuff going on, this flu type of virus that's going around over in China?" And I go, yeah, I heard about that. And he's like, "Yeah, man, like it could make its way over here, And I was like, nah, yeah, everything's gonna be fine. I'm that guy. I'm the don't panic guy. I'm like, yeah, everything's gonna be fine. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna just get a hold of like he bought a 50 gallon barrel of alcohol. He goes, just in case, man, just to, we need to sanitize some things. He's like, I've heard that this is probably something that I should do. So he actually got out ahead, and he had PPE, he had alcohol, he had everything before 2020. And I was naysaying. I was like, it's not even going to be that big of a deal. Every time it snows up here, I'm like, it's not going to snow that much. I'm that guy. And so he had gotten all this PPE and stuff. And then, if you guys remember right, when it first happened, Donald Trump was like, don't even worry about it. It's one person. That's it. They got off a plane. We got him. It's not going to be a big deal. You're not even going to know anything about it. Here we are, fucking 5 years later, still talking about it. Like, he thought that shit was going to be nothing. Oh, thank you, Jess. Thanks for the $5. I appreciate that. You guys, I just want you guys to know, the reason I have a SIM card is because you guys paid for it. The reason I have a nicer camera is because my videos paid for it. The reason I have lights and stuff, like everything you guys do goes into this show. So every dollar you guys give me, whether it's membership, super chats, or just watching my videos and liking and sharing and subscribing and commenting and helping them get out there, every dollar that you guys give me goes right back into this channel. And I hope to make it bigger and better every single day. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Jess. Just put some Diet Coke on it. And yeah, just support like you do on like a bad battery terminal. That's right. He said when it warms up, it's going to go away. That's some science for you. That's some science for you right there. Don't worry, guys. As soon as it warms up, everything's going to be better. I mean, I generally feel that way because I hate the cold. And even I was like, bro, I think that might not be true.
Grow our democracy. Were we better off 4 years ago? That's the wrong question. The question is, what do we want the next 4 years to be?
Damn. They ain't wrong. They are not wrong. Oh, nothing better than the Republican on Republican violence that's going on right now. The accountability, the being held accountable by your own party thing. I like to see that. Good job, Lincoln Project. We want to talk about a couple different things. Some stuff that like I thought about. We're going to laugh at some Trump supporters like we always do. But I don't know if you guys know what the dead internet theory is. But with all this craziness, and it seems like conspiracy theory is like kind of like exploding right now. Like, I don't know, you guys saw like the solar eclipse is coming on the 20th, and all these people are freaking out about that. And there's all kinds of conspiracy about that. Then MTG the other day with the kind of cluster of earthquakes that happened on the East Coast. Actually, one happened in my area. Yeah, like, she's like, everybody it's God is, and the funniest thing is that, like, it actually happened at Mar-a-Lago. Like, Mar-a-Lago was the epicenter of that earthquake on the East Coast. And she's like, God is judging us. And it's like, yeah, God's judging someone probably. It's probably a false prophet is what I'm guessing. What up, Great Bill? What up, Lori? Hi, guys. Yeah, So anyways, it just seems like, and maybe this is that effect again. What is it? The Bader effect or whatever, where when you see things, you start seeing it more often. I want to call it Harrison Bader, but I think that's actually like a football or a basketball player. But maybe it's just that. Maybe it's the algorithm showing me this stuff. But it seems like conspiracy theories just exploding right now, and every single person has to have some kind of theory on every single thing, and nothing is ever just normal. It's got some kind of crazy background to it, and you just don't know the real truth, and you need to wake up. Well, one of them right now is the internet is dead theory, and actually all of you guys aren't real people. And all of you guys are just like robots or fake chatbots, and that one kind of hits close to the heart. So we're gonna watch a video on that one at one point here. But first,
I'm done. If you just.
For those of you that have watched my channel, you know I'm a big Adam Mockler supporter. I love me some Adam Mockler. Had him on the show. Great guy. Check out the podcast if you ever get a chance. Head over to my channel and click on the Education Through Conversation podcast playlist, and you can find a little podcast, a quick one, a 25, 30-minute podcast between me and Adam Mockler. But obviously, Adam Mockler exploding. Last time I checked, I think he's about 130,000 subscribers. He's working for Ben Mycelis. Does great work. Good kid. Go over, give him a subscribe, a like, check out his videos. He does really, really good work. But for those of you that have watched the illness or education version of my channel, when we play the game, is it illness or is it education? This gentleman right here has been on it. It's so weird that these people, these characters, continue to pop up. It's like they're cosplaying, right? Like it's like the Comic-Con convention form or something like that. These Trump rallies, you know, they're like a traveling circus. They go everywhere that you see them in interviews with Adam Mockler, the Good Liars, Jordan Klepper. They just pop up everywhere. It's kind of insane. These people don't have jobs. There's no fucking way. I'm way too busy to go to any rally. Anyways, so apparently, Adam Mockler had an interview with him, so we want to check it out. We want to see this one right here. Weird questions about JFK, yeah. The Epstein one. Look, there's at least a couple. There's at least a couple that I'm willing to take a look at, because I think that's you should be open to stuff, right? But that's where critical thinking comes in. Is like you should be able to look at things skeptically, specifically our government, right? Like we should be skeptical of our government when we watch things like that Turning Point docuseries on Netflix. Obviously, there's lots of stuff in that about how Iran was nationalizing their oil fields and how we, you know, interfered with their government. And you know, obviously a lot of what America did 60, 70 years ago is obviously having an impact, or not even 67 years ago, 40 years ago, on today's world and the climate over there in the Middle East specifically. And so skepticism is really good. You should be critically thinking about these things. But when I talk about conspiracy theory, generally what I'm talking about is like the belief that everything that I don't believe is not true, and everything I believe is 100% adamant. You have to believe it, and everything leads to this big they conspiracy. That's where you lose me, right? Like, you know, I'm a believer that human beings are flawed and that we have inadequacies, but that not everything leads back to the idea that it's being controlled by some nefarious group of people. Like that's where people lose me. It's that doomer shit. Like everything is bad. Everything is bad. Bill Burr really fell off. Bill Burr is now doing a 100 to 200, 300 viewer YouTube channel. Aliens? Dude, I'm all about the aliens. I'm all about the aliens. JFK Jr. is still alive and running as Trump's vice president. That's what I'm saying. Like that one goes too far. That's just like, guys, like you have a conspiracy that maybe Tulsi Gabbard or, you know, Kristi Noem, something like that's going to come in at the last minute. I'll even say this, like when people say, oh, people on the right are constantly saying they're just running Joe Biden until, you know, he quits halfway through and then they're going to replace him with Gavin Newsom or something like that. Like I can hear that, right? Like I'm like, oh, okay. Like that's something that like potentially I could see happening. So, you know, I can hear that. But when you say things like JFK Jr. is still alive and he's going to actually be Trump's vice president, well, there's a lot to go into that. Like that as to why, first of all, a person wouldn't have faked their death that long ago to then become Donald Trump's, fucking vice president now. Like, I mean, it's just insane. Somebody just on X fact-checked MTG for her saying that the earthquakes were because of our degeneracy and we all needed to repent, and that the solar eclipse is because of that. And the fact check is like, actually the solar eclipse was predicted 200 years ago. Like that's kind of insane. Oh, just so fucking hilarious. Blah blah blah. Welcome to the channel, ET. Welcome. You'd be okay with the President Harris? Yeah, you know, I still have some issues with some of Kamala's previous actions in California, but I think that this country needs some big mom energy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that the country as a whole, whether you're on the left or the right now, needs some big mom energy. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the mom that she had a flip-flop and she'd throw that shit across the room at you. What do Mexicans call them? The chancla, right? Like the sandal. Like fucking just, you know, you being loud over there, you catch a sandal. Like that's what I think America needs right now. I think America needs some big mom energy where she just grabs both of them and sits them down and like, you guys gotta talk. We ain't doing this shit no more. I'm tired of this. I'm trying to watch my what do they call them? What do they call soap operas? I forgot what they call it. I'm trying to watch that. You guys are loud. I can't get no peace. Work all day, come home to this bullshit. Oh man.
I'm done. If you're just gonna troll me like that.
I'm not trolling. People like Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump made massive claims about Dominion and voter fraud, but when they brought that to court, they lost again, and they lost $800 million. Fox News even fired Tucker Carlson after text came out saying he didn't believe the election fraud himself.
That whole lawsuit between Dominion Machine and Fox News is a fake lawsuit.
Why? How so?
How so? Who's behind Dominion Machine? George Soros.
Okay, and so this is the problem with this logic. Like I said, once again, look, if you can present an argument that makes sense, I'm 100% with talking to you about it. But defamation lawsuits are incredibly hard to prove. All the time, people talk about defamation, and they don't understand that defamation lawsuits, like 90% of the time, are not, you can't prosecute the person because defamation is actually incredibly hard to prove. So the fact that they were willing to pay almost $1 billion to settle out of court with Dominion shows that there was some guilt there. Now you may not, believe that what they said equated to being, falsehoods or dishonesty, but you have to prove that. And unfortunately for Fox News, which to me is fucking hilarious, they couldn't prove that, because if they could have proved that, they wouldn't have paid $1 billion. And what he referenced there to Tucker Carlson as well is another indisputable fact, because Tucker Carlson doesn't dispute that those text messages are real, right? Like he's not coming out and saying that they were faked. He's not coming out saying that they were what is it called, photoshopped. He's not disputing this. So when people kind of use this logic that, oh, it's not a real court case, or no, it wasn't actually defamation and stuff like that, well, we're not really making a critical thinking argument. We're just saying how we feel. We're appealing to emotion, or we're arguing from the point of view that, I don't like that that's what happened. But like I said, in a defamation lawsuit, it's actually incredibly hard to prove. And they literally made them pay $1 billion, and Tucker Carlson did get fired.
Soros, globalist. Who owns Fox News? Rupert Murdoch, another globalist. Do you believe that two globalists met behind closed doors, settled out of court, behind closed doors for nobody to hear, for $787 million to the weaponized DOJ, FBI, CIA against President Trump with zero evidence?
And this is my other problem, is people that say that they don't watch mainstream media, or people that say that they don't have a bias of any sort, but then continually use all the same words. The 3-letter departments, you know, like it's not bad to say that you've received information from somebody. So just admit it. Just say, like, I do agree with these points of view. The problem is that a lot of people constantly say, oh, I don't get information from here, I don't get information from there, or I don't lean right, and then they do nothing but use right-leaning talking points. A lot of my talking points are left-leaning talking points because I agree with a lot of progressive policies, a lot of progressive values. I agree with a lot of what you would expect a person on a left-leaning spectrum to agree with. So therefore, I admit that a lot of the things that people like Bernie Sanders says, a lot of the things obviously that Joe Biden says, a lot of the legislation that gets pushed through, those are all things that influence my thinking. My problem when we come to people like this is that they claim they're independent, or they claim that they're libertarian, and none of these things actually go along with the things that they say. They're very right-leaning points of view, or if you want to be honest, they're not even just right-leaning or conservative, they're very Trump points of view. So it's just, once again, it's just like, be honest about what you're saying, and then you can have a better conversation with people. What we're all trying to do is like kind of present this facade of like being completely outside of everything. I don't have any opinions that are influenced by anything. I'm just this magical being, this magical unicorn that exists that doesn't get influenced by anything. That literally is how you end up with cognitive dissonance, or with a bias that you can't check. Like, you have to be a little bit more analytical, and you have to admit to certain things so that way the other person understands how to have a conversation with you. This is the problem. This is what Klepper was talking about in that TED Talk, was that people don't know how to talk anymore. They don't know how to conversate anymore because we're sitting behind the fucking keyboards and we're typing shit like Trump 2024, you're an idiot, or you're this, or whatever, and we don't actually like have these conversations. This is a real problem, and this is what Adam Mockler's out there trying to do.
Evidence, zero convictions, because they're even manufacturing crimes. Again, they're manufacturing. They're trying to make up evidence.
So,
okay?
When it comes to the 91 indictments, right? When it comes to the 90...
All fake. All fake.
All fake? Yeah. So we have phone...
You watch the trials?
I have. There's phone calls of Trump calling Brad Raffensperger.
No.
Have you heard the phone call of Trump calling Raffensperger?
No, I didn't hear that one, so
Really?
I can't comment on it.
It's an incredibly famous phone call. Trump calls Brad Raffensperger, who is the Secretary of State of Georgia, and he says,
you're talking about that one.
I need you to find 11,780 votes.
BS.
One more than what we... Why,
that is BS.
Why is it BS?
It's BS. Everybody seen the videos, okay? We've all seen the videos of...
Okay, and in that phone call, Brad Raffensperger, who's not a Democrat, this is also the insanity of all this, is the denial that these people aren't left-leaning people. These people aren't people that in any way, shape, or form want the Democrats to win anything. Brad Raffensperger does not want the left to do well. It's insane. The video that he's referencing is Rudy Giuliani's video, which is highly edited. Now, these are the same people that every time you present evidence, it goes, that's highly edited. And if something is highly edited, we can all agree that at one point or another that should be probably looked at, should be analyzed. Now, in that phone call, Brad Raffensperger actually said to Trump, hey, I know that you think that that video proves something, but I can actually show you the full video unedited, and you can see that it doesn't make sense. And he doesn't want to do that. He actually tells him, no, it's fine. We have Rudy Giuliani's video. Like, this is the insanity. Once again, when we talk about any of these things, if you're just going to be in complete denial that these things exist, then there's not a conversation to be had, and you also have to admit that you just live in fucking la-la land, and you just want something to happen that you like. Like, if you just love Trump for Trump, then fucking say that. Just say that. Don't try and make fucking, like, arguments to legislation or things that back up his call on the Raffensperger. Just fucking say, I just like Trump. I don't know any of his fucking policies. Like, just be fucking honest. Like, that's my problem. Is because when I talk about voting for Joe Biden, I'm not sitting here telling you that I like Joe Biden the person. I'm telling you I like the people that he puts in place in his administration. I'm telling you that I like his legislation, like the CHIPS Act, the Infrastructure Act, the bipartisan gun bills. I'm telling you that the reasons that I'm voting are these reasons. Every single time that we have these types of debates or conversations on this stream, The people are constantly just going, that's just trolling, or that's just bullshit. That's not a defense. I told that guy the other day when we were having a conversation about gender, and he said, well, God created this and this. You can't, if your default defense to an argument is to say, because God, then that's a cope. That means that you don't know. And if your default argument is to say, I don't believe anything at all that comes from the other side, then that's also a cope. You have to look into the things that people are saying. That's the reason that I have people that literally send me fucking tons of conspiracy theories, and I've watched a shitload of conspiracy theory videos now, because I don't want to sit here and say to somebody, I just don't believe it. I want to actually look at it and go, this is the reasons that I don't believe it. And we can have a conversation from there. But this gentleman right here can't have a conversation. Like, you can't have a conversation with a person like that.
Sticking the ballots. You remember?
The videos that Trump took to court and they were shot down
We've
immediately?
all seen the videos in Georgia when they sent the poll watchers home and they went to the table, pulled out the suitcases out from under the table, and processed all the ballots through the machine.
Rudy Giuliani.
Repeated times.
So can I
right?
give you my point of view on this?
Listen, we've all seen the videos, okay? So you're trolling me now.
No, I'm
No, you are. You really are. We know how dirty, okay, Governor.
Now, I will say one thing. Adam Mockler, unfortunately, gets he's catching a stray a little bit, because so many of these interviews are people mocking people. I mean, I mock the shit out of people. Like, I'm part of the problem. But I'm not doing interviews either. But, you know, there are so many gotcha trolls and stuff like that out there that when Adam Mockler's trying to do his thing, you know, like, obviously he's going to kind of meet some resistance because people are triggered. Adam Mockler actually wants to, like, debate things. Adam Mockler actually wants to have conversations. You know, I watch a ton of videos. We're going to watch a couple today where they're gotcha moments, where they're fucking with these people. But Adam Mockler, if you just want to see somebody who's actually trying to debate and have conversations, this is the dude. Whether you're a Trump supporter, you're right wing, you're left wing, you should be encouraging this type of discourse, and you should be going over and giving this guy a like and a subscribe, even if you're a hater.
Kemp is and Raspenberger are. Okay, go look at their donors. Go look at their donors.
So can I ask
I'm
you?
not from Georgia, so I can't comment on all their constitutional laws. Okay, as far as it goes on there. But listen,
So-
you're BSing.
I'm not. So
You know, you are.
I'm
You
being
are.
genuine.
You are.
I'm being genuine.
No, you are. You're not.
So when Trump took this evidence that you're talking about to court, it was rejected by Republican-appointed
Because you have
judges.
corrupt judges. Right. We went to
Judges that Trump appointed.
We went to the Supreme Court in New Hampshire here that appointed by the Governor Sununu, okay, in this state, all right, all the Supreme Justices, okay, and we have the law on our side, okay.
All of the evidence you're talking about was brought to courts with
seen the video.
Republican.
61 out of 62 court cases that Donald Trump took to try to show that the election was included some type of fraud. 61 out of 62 were either thrown out, not looked at, or just completely seen to be incorrect. And the only one that was the one in Pennsylvania, and that wasn't anything that affirmed that there was fraud. There was it was affirmed that some of the things should be analyzed and should be looked at. And still, as you can see now, there was never any actual outcome from that was positive towards Trump, or else we'd be talking about that ad nauseum right now, because that's all Trump does, is focus on like single victories and act like in his supporters kind of think like, oh my god, this is amazing, we won something. Are you guys tired of winning yet? I just want to know, are you guys tired of winning yet? Trump, oh come on, Glenn, Trump is the best president we have ever had. That dude, political historians, right-wing political historians disagree with you to the point that they made him the second worst president of all time. Oh man, I love this shit. Bucket, are you there, Bucket? What up, Bucket? I love Obama. There's stuff about Obama that I didn't 100% support, but I love me some Obama. He was a good president. Yeah. Trump is the best choice. Trump is definitely not the best choice. Trump is the best choice if you grew up where I did, in a trailer park. Like, Trump could 100% be the king of the trailer park for sure. Oh yeah, Wendy. Just keep using those keywords, dog. Keep using the keywords. Yeah. I know you did. I can smell it. You're my person. You're my people, Wendy. You grew up right where I did. Oh man. At the end of the day, look, like I said, Obama, we can talk about Obama's drone strikes, but you can't talk about anything Trump did wrong because you think everything Trump did was good. You literally are in a fucking cult. If you believe that everything that the person that you like did was good, you're in a cult. I don't think everything that Obama did was good. I don't think everything that Biden does is good. I don't think that everything I do or my wife does is good, okay? You're in a cult, Wendy. And I understand because I grew up just like you. It's very hard to get out of that trailer park mentality. I bet you think Trump is super smart because he made some money, huh? Okay, Trump was still no one for the equal? I don't even... Dog, you got to spell out the full word. I can't tell what the fuck you're talking about. What did Trump do wrong? Trump's an isolationist. I'm not a fan of isolationism. I think that there is a something to be said about bringing back certain things like semiconductor production back to America, which is an isolationist policy. I think that, there is something to be talked about when it comes to how much money that we put into other people's wars. However, I do support the war in Ukraine because I am against Russia in Iran, which you should be against that as well, taking over other parts of countries that really they shouldn't be fucking invading. But that's a different conversation. We're talking about what Trump did wrong. So as far as I'm concerned, these are the things that I think he did right and the things that I think he did wrong. I think he did a good job by opening back up space exploration. I wanted to join Space Force. I was encouraged when we started putting money back into NASA. I enjoyed the fact that he also opened up the right to try, which involves medications that were previously unaccessible. I liked that he also he decreased the bar for mandatory minimum sentencing. So in other words, people that were going to jail for, say, weed had to get 1 to 3 years or something like that. That opened up the ability to have a better outlook on those types of crimes and give lesser sentences. So the things that I think he did wrong were the tariffs. First of all, that bankrupted tons of fucking farmers. Also, when you talk about tariffs, China doesn't pay for tariffs. Mexico doesn't pay for tariffs. We pay for tariffs. I don't know how you fucking people can't get that through your head. We pay for tariffs. At the end of the day, nobody else pays for that. Okay, other than that, building the wall, really fucking stupid. There is a very complicated problem on the border right now. It is either open and it is not closed. It is complicated, just like your relationship status on Facebook. We need to do things differently than the way that we're doing them, and putting a bunch of fucking money into a gigantic fucking wall that people just climbed over or fucking drilled holes through or fucking dug under was ridiculous, and it's so fucking basic that I can't believe that anybody voted for that shit. Mexico didn't pay for it. We paid for it. That's bullshit. And if you fucking support that, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. What else do I think he did wrong? Like I said, all of his isolationists. He's also a conservative. Conservatives aren't about passing legislation. Conservatives are about cutting legislation. Conservatives put people like Betsy DeVos, who Trump is the one who did that, into places like the educational department because they don't want the educational department to do anything. They want it to flounder and then fail and then be cut because the Republicans and conservatives who Donald Trump joined up with are all about slashing administrations. I'm not about that. Here's the other thing about the things that he did. So he gave permanent tax cuts to corporations. Meanwhile, the middle class's tax cuts will expire next year. Okay? So this like little bit of candy you got made you feel good, that shit goes away. But the ultra wealthy continue to get these massive tax cuts that will go on for fucking ever unless you guys vote for your own interests. And we're going to sit here and we're going to act like that's a good thing. So if you're a Republican and you believe in cutting taxes, but the only way to decrease a deficit is to also cut entitlements, then you're also for getting rid of Social Security, and you're also with getting rid of Medicare. So if you want to have tax cuts, but then you don't get rid of entitlement programs, which Republicans don't do because they know better, because they know that the majority of their base is 65 and older, and they know if they touch Social Security or Medicare, no matter how much they run on doing it, if they touch it, they will lose their voter base. What that ends up doing is it ends up increasing the national debt. Something you guys cry about all the fucking time. Donald Trump added $8.3 trillion fucking dollars to the debt. That's 33%. Do you guys want me to keep going? Exactly, Absent. None of these fucks can say anything that they like about Trump because they don't know shit about it. They just like Trump. They like his charisma. They like that finally someone stood up there and condescended to the left who had been condescending to them for a really fucking long time. I get it. I understand it. I get why you guys are mad. I understand why the lower middle class, which is really Trump's voter base, is upset. I understand when people say things like, well, we can't just leave our young men behind while we concentrate on other marginalized groups because young men aren't marginalized. Well, we're creating a group of marginalized young men. We don't want to do that either. The left has a lot of shit that we have to work on. And I don't even call myself left. But the left has a lot of shit that it needs to work on. And I lean left, so I have a lot of fucking skin in that game, right? There's a ton of shit that needs to be worked on. But there's also a ton of fucking people out there that will not stand up and say, hey, honestly, I don't know enough about this subject, and maybe I shouldn't be commenting on it. There's not enough people that won't honestly stand up and say, the only reason I'm voting for Donald Trump is because he has an R next to his name. There's not enough fucking people that'll stand up and say, you know what? Actually, you called me out. I don't know any of his policies. I just vote for him because I don't know, I like his insults. Because we can't have fucking conversations until you people fucking start analyzing the things that you actually believe. Start critically thinking about the things that you want to talk about. So that way we can have conversations that have actual solutions and isn't just a bunch of us sitting around fucking complaining. That's my rant. All right, back to these guys.
But these were, so Trump,
We've seen the videos everywhere. I'm not just talking about videos. I was there
COVID
on
took
election
this
day.
hit.
Okay,
And my
I've
kid.
seen the corruption. Okay,
I also worked the polls. I worked the polls on
He's not
election.
competent.
I saw
You
the
can't prove
corruption.
he's
Okay,
competent.
and
Tell me how he's
believe
competent.
me, it was evident, and we brought the evidence.
I literally
and
said
nobody
both
did nothing
sides.
about
So
it.
you know that case you talked about where they pulled a suitcase out? We've seen that video, right? They
Yeah,
pulled the suitcase
yeah.
out. So it's like a 5-10 second clip. You know how sometimes liberals take 5-second clips of Trump out of context? You know how sometimes liberals do that? They'll take
Agree
clips
to
of Trump
that.
out of context. Basically, what happened is this 5-second clip was out of context. They brought it to a court, and the judge, who was
Listen.
appointed by... Can I finish?
I'm done. I'm
Okay.
done now.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. And this is the problem with the people that come into my chat and say dumb shit too. Is that you guys sit here and you say, look what they did over there. And then somebody goes, well, actually, you know, in the political system, this is what people do to each other. So this is exactly what's happening to Trump right now. So y'all have been taking clips of Biden out of context for fucking the last 4 years and been like, he's got dementia. He's senile. The dude stood up for an hour and a half and gave a speech that not a single one of you motherfuckers could have given at 30 years old. And you know, he's got dementia. He's senile. So what did they do? They turn that shit around. They start doing it to Trump. That's what happens in politics. That's why we have all these impeachments. I agreed with Donald Trump being impeached, but I also knew that it wasn't going to go through the Senate. I knew that the Republican-controlled Senate was not going to forward that impeachment, and we would have any type of actual outcome that was positive. So I was against the impeachment because I knew that it would then be used rotationally as a political, like, fucking offensive scheme against every president from that point on. Pandora's box is open now. Every time that you see one of these politicians use something against another politician, you can guarantee it's going to then be used against them. That's how this works. So when you take 15-second clips of Joe Biden stumbling, which your ass does every fucking day. Don't act like you don't stutter or stumble or get things wrong. You motherfuckers can't ride bikes, and you mad at a fucking 80-year-old dude for falling off his. If you think that we are in any way living in a world where somebody is going to use a clip like against Joe Biden and then they're not going to do the same thing to Donald Trump, then I literally don't know what the fuck to tell you. I don't know how your brain even fucking works when you wake up in the morning. Like, this is the problem. This is the problem. Is that we get so set in our ways and believing shit that we can't fucking look inwardly and ask ourselves, is the shit I believe correct? Because it shatters your fucking reality. Because then you have to like actually believe, oh Christ, fuck, I got some shit wrong. That shit hurts. On the other side of pain is glory, okay? On the other side of pain is glory. Figure out the shit you get wrong, and then when you're right, you feel fucking good. Like, that's a fucking important thing.
Because I'm going to go do a real interview so it can get on the air. Instead of wasting my time.
Well, I appreciate it, Dr.
Okay?
Yeah. The funniest part is we saw this guy talking to Real America's Voice 5 minutes later, which is a far-right station run by Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend. So when he says I'm going to go do a real interview, he means I need to go find a way back into my echo chamber where I won't be challenged with facts and where I can just spew whatever I want without any pushback. And that's what we try to do. We try to go and try to...
And do you see what I'm saying here, guys? Like, you should support this kid. This is a young person. All these old people completely, like, complain constantly about young people and how they're not involved or all they do, they're all soft. And here's a young person that's going out and having real conversations and doing something that 99% of you motherfuckers would be scared to do. Like, have a real conversation. You should be liking and subscribing to his channel regardless of whether or not you're a Republican or a Democrat, because you should be looking towards his example and asking other people to do the same, so that way you can stop having this dishonest conversation within your echo chambers with each other and start having honest conversations where you can say to each other, hey, I might be wrong about something. Let's talk about it. Let's engage with each other. Let's see whether or not I'm right or you're right, or maybe fucking you're half right and I'm half right. This is not specific to one side or the other. This is a human problem. And you should be supporting Adam Mockler for going out and doing this shit. Just saying. Just saying. Or you guys can keep supporting the dumb shit people you guys support. Like me. I love you guys.
There are some conspiracy theories percolating.
I just want to say that I appreciate all you guys showing up here. I love people that push back. If I don't see your question, if you want to ask me a question, put $1 on it, you broke ass. All right. Costs $1 to super chat me something. You want me to answer a question? Put $1 on it. If you want to support me and my channel and support like trying to become a better, more critical thinker, somebody that wants to be more analytical, somebody that actually wants to see everybody do well regardless of your political beliefs, as long as you don't want to hurt other people, join my Angry Ginger Army for only $3 a month. That's 10 cents a day. I just, if you guys want me to see it, I don't always see it. I am very loud. This is the way that I talk. I'm sorry. Here, I'll turn you mean the video audio? I'll turn that down. Okay. All right, so let's talk about other dumb shit that people believe. You guys got to stop with the conspiracy theories. Look, talking about the government and some of the shady shit that the government did, that's one thing. Those aren't conspiracy theories. But when you start talking about crazy ass stuff to do with the sun and religious reasons and sacrifices and all this other crazy shit that people believe, like, all it does is lead to more mental instability. There is lots of fun things that we can talk about. I'm a big fan of fantasy and sci-fi literature. If you don't believe me, here you go. I know you guys know who this is, okay? I know you guys know who that is, okay? I know that you guys know, who maybe you know who Orson Scott Card is, okay? Like, I like literature. I like books. I got a whole goddamn bookshelf right next to me right now. Fantasy stories are super fun to read, but you guys take this shit too far. Start trying to act like this is... Look, I want magic to be real too. Okay, I grew up with David Copperfield. I wanted that train to actually disappear. It didn't disappear, guys. It didn't disappear. I want people to actually be able to levitate, all that stuff too. It's not real, guys. It's not real. I know right now people are hitting that unsubscribe button. Fuck you for saying magic isn't real, bro. But we gotta stop with some of this crazy shit because, like I said, it seems like right now, like we're exploding with conspiracy theory. Everything, as soon as it happens, the bridge thing in Baltimore, the eclipse, the earthquakes, everything has to have some fucking crazy reason for why it happened. It's just, here's the reality, guys. Life's boring. Life's monotonous. You wake up every morning and you go to whatever job you have, and it's the same shit all the time. You talk to the same people. You get on my channel and talk about shit to me. And at the end of the fucking day, guys, it's boring. And people's brains are going to this place where they're reaching for anything, any reason to dramatize their lives and make it interesting. And that's all fun and games until it's not no more, and then your ass is in QAnon. Just saying. I do remember when people talked about on the left that the election was rigged. Yeah, I do remember that because I'm honest, okay? But you got to look at the difference between fucking Hillary talking about Russian interference, which was proven no matter what you fucks want to believe. I've actually read the Mueller report. If you'd like to read the Mueller report and then come back to me and tell me that it doesn't say that shit, we can have a conversation on that. But you guys never read the shit. You're just like, I heard it. They said there was none. There was Russian interference. But here's the difference. In Hillary's case, did she complain about it? Did she get it investigated? Yes. But did she try to overturn the election? No. And here's where you guys are faulty in your argument. Donald Trump does not deny that he tried to overturn the election. Donald Trump doesn't deny any of his cases. Donald Trump denies the reasoning behind these things. In the indictment that's in Florida right now, or I'm sorry, not in Florida, the one in Washington. There's so many, it's hard to keep them straight. The one in Washington, it literally starts with the President of the United States has the right through the First Amendment speech to lie to the American people. And that's what Jack Smith said. That's not even what Donald Trump said. He said, yes, he's got that right. He's allowed to do that. And then he details why he thinks that Donald Trump should be held accountable for trying to overturn the election. Now, Donald Trump isn't saying, I didn't lie to the people. He's not saying that. He's saying he should be allowed to lie to people so that way he can do his job. Now, we're going to find out whether or not the court system believes that or not. Maybe. I mean, you guys elect his ass. You'll never find out. But if you want to have actual like conversations that is like real conversations about whether or not it's the same what Hillary did with the Russian interference and Mueller and all that stuff, and whether that's the same as what happened with Donald Trump and him attempting to overturn the election through multiple different channels and avenues, I can have that conversation with you because I've read all 4 indictments, okay? Like all of them. All of them. I've read the Mueller report. Read the Mueller report. Read the Mueller. Highly speculative, ambiguous at best. Okay, so how many people were indicted, BMO? If you've read it, how many people have been indicted? How many people were found guilty and for what charges? Because I can list off all of that to you. Because I think you're kind of full of shit, but I might be wrong. I could be wrong. How many people were indicted? Also, was Donald Trump, did he or did he not have a meeting with people from Russia at his Trump motel? 37, actually, but close enough. All right, how many people were found guilty? All right, we're going to watch a video while me and BMO have this conversation. I like real conversations, BMO, so if you're going to have a real conversation, we got a real conversation.
In regard to an upcoming solar eclipse
Shut
on
the fuck
April
up, Joe.
8th. Far-right wingers like Alex Jones, of course, are playing into it. Now, for most of us,
like
total
7.
solar eclipses are cool, rare, but
Including
otherwise
Michael Flynn.
unremarkable. But if you're Alex
Michael Flynn
Jones,
was, found
you
guilty
believe
and
that
then pardoned
NASA
by,
is
Donald
using the
Trump.
solar eclipse to initiate a dark Egyptian religious
You mean
ritual.
her,
Because why not?
BMO?
So here's a clip from a video that Jones posted on X with the caption, "Major events surrounding the April 8th solar eclipse. Masonic rituals planned worldwide to usher in New World Order." Let's watch.
Okay, and can we all agree that those words are used intentionally? When you use these like crazy, bombastic, extravagant keywords like that, people like Alex Jones know that that shit controls your brain. Dude, that's the funniest fucking part about conspiracy theories, is a bunch of people saying people are trying to control your brain are being controlled by somebody that's trying to control their brain. And look, I've said this before, I don't always attribute malice to these things. Sometimes it's just financial. Alex Jones, what did he get sued for in that Sandy Hook case? $1 billion as well, right? Like 700 million or something like that. Or was it just 500 million? I can't remember that one. But he needs your money. He needs your money. And you guys are like, nah, he just spits truth, bro.
NASA is notorious for performing Masonic rituals based on the Egyptian mystery schools. Apollo being the same character as Horus, Sirius representing Isis, and Atlantis being the new golden age they hope to restore. And during the eclipse on April 8th, NASA will fire 3 rockets named after Apep, the Egyptian serpent god, whose goal was to devour Ra, the sun. And when the sun reemerges after 3 minutes of darkness, it will be likened to the rebirth of Horus, their new king of the Golden Age.
I gotta say, that was a persuasive video.
Yeah, I'm saying you guys got some dope memes, bro, okay? You guys got some dope stories, all right? Like, the fantasy aspect of the conspiracy theory-minded person, I 100% like that shit. I think you guys should just write books. I think you guys should do some fan fiction. That's all I'm saying. You guys are wasting all of this creativity on attempting to find some kind of they conspiracy when y'all motherfuckers could just be writing TV shows or books. You could be creating art. It's like the easiest shit to do nowadays. You have all of these tools just at your beck and call. And what are you doing with them? Not a goddamn thing. You're breaking people's brains. You're taking advantage of mentally ill people. That's what you're doing with it. That was a really good story. That had all the elements that I want to read in a fantasy book. It's not that crazy, guys. It's not. It's not fucking that dramatic or extravagant or insane. That's not going on. I hate to break it to you, but life is fucking boring. You don't get to be Lois and Clark anymore. You don't get to discover new lands. And this is like, we've evolved from being fucking, our brains were meant for like smashing berries and fucking picking mushrooms. And now you have the internet and you don't know how to fucking deal with it anymore. We went from discovering new fucking continents and crazy shit to going to work at McDonald's. It's boring. It's just, it's not fun anymore, and you guys are making shit up. But I'm telling you, just from my own point of view, my own personal anecdotal evidence, it don't have to be that way. I have a beautiful family. I have shit to do every day. I engage really, really strongly with my job, even though it's not what I want to do. And I'm successful at it, and it gives me purpose, and it gives me happiness. And that's really what life should be. You should be trying to be happy. That is the meaning of life, is to pursue happiness. And if pursuing happiness means making up a bunch of shit, that's fine. Just the rest of y'all motherfuckers need to stop believing it and taking that shit and running with it and creating cults. That's an issue. It's an issue. Bucket, get to work, Bucket. I appreciate you, Bucket. Love you. Oh, sorry. Oh, did I just bring us back? What did I just do to us? I put us back at the beginning. Okay, sorry. It's just, I want to see some of you guys.
Yeah. Look, come on, guys. Really? Like, really? So NASA is pro
It started.
Horus?
I'm sorry, Cenk. I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you. I have to because the second I hadn't seen the video.
Ryan, and for anybody else in there, the next fucking person that says anything about children, you get banned. If you want to get banned, there's a really easy way. Don't talk about people fucking hurting kids. Don't talk about people doing things sexually to children. None of that shit. I don't fucking play this game. I see you, anybody. I don't give a fuck, left, right, center, anything. Say shit about kids, I will ban you. Don't say shit about kids. Yeah. Fucking only people that talk shit about kids or use fucking violating kids as like a fucking insult against their political fucking opponents are pieces of shit. Pieces of shit. Dude, you're a Brock Purdy fan. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Don't talk about children on my stream. I'll fucking ban you.
Until right now. The second the video started with an image of a lizard, Glenn, that's it. I was done. I was done. It's over. Like I lost it. I'm dead. I'm gone. Like what is this?
Right.
And NASA.
Look, dog. Look. Nah. Bye, bitch. Like I don't like people are so funny. Oh, I said you looked like one, bro, and there must be something going on. Yeah, I was fucking molested when I was a child, you fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Fucking morons.
So, of course, is trying to bring back an ancient Egyptian snake deity. How could anyone believe that? But people do. People do. And they're like, oh, I knew it.
That's a great
The Egyptians are back.
But why? But why? For what reason?
Fucking
like,
idiots.
why is this scheme happening?
Yeah, no, exactly, Anna. And then what do they, so there's so many things I'm curious about, because for these conspiracy theorists, do they then think that Horus is going to eat the sun or Ra or whoever's, and then we should be concerned but then.
Once again, I think that's dope. Look, we all live really boring lives. If fucking Egyptian god came out and ate the sun, we wouldn't last very long after that, but it'd be a very painless, it would be over pretty quickly. And also, I wouldn't have to go to work on Monday. So I'm totally with that, okay?
Wait, aren't you on NASA's side? Like, none of it makes any sense, right? But the ostensible reason they gave, and I paid attention, was because they're gonna bring back the New World Order. Why did the Egyptians set the New World Order? I thought they were the old world order. What do they have to do with the New World Order? And what?
Yeah,
Jake. Sometimes
that's a good point.
Jake,
that's a really
Jake
good point. They really are the old world order. Why are the Egyptians? Like, why are we dragging the Egyptians into this? Why are they part of the conspiracy? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's because unfortunately for conspiracy theorists, their minds are a little jumbled.
Inspired PowerPoint
they're not
presentation.
paying attention.
Dude,
the theory doesn't have to be within planets of logical or reasonable or true or not insane, right? Like so once you've crossed the Rubicon of insanity, NASA wanting an Egyptian snake to eat the sun to set up the New World Order makes perfect sense, right? And this is the world we're dealing with. Yes.
There's more. There's more.
Of course. Of course.
Let us be fair to Sir Jones, because he might have a point here, right? Maybe there's a kernel of truth that we're missing. So as you can probably imagine, there is absolutely a rational explanation for the rockets. So Project APEP, Project APEP, it's shorthand for atmospheric perturbations around the eclipse path.
And also, I do need to say this, because I keep saying life is boring. There's a lot to be discovered. There's still like really beautiful, wonderful things to life that can be discovered, right? And space as a whole is insane. And we know more about space than we do about the oceans. There's still so much that we could fucking discover and that could actually like change life and be really cool. And these people are shitting on it. These people are like destroying our ability to continue to be curious, to have fun, to enjoy life, because they're just taking all the fun out of it by making it into some kind of crazy government conspiracy where they're trying to like fucking control your mind and stuff like that. Like the James Webb Telescope is absolutely fucking mind-boggling. It's so cool. And if you want to talk about what magic actually is, magic is the unexplainable. And there is a ton of the unexplainable out in space. And we could be looking at that. We could be concentrating on that. I've said this a million times now, is that one of the things I give Trump as far as like giving him props is that he put money back into the NASA program. Like, I think that that's one of our biggest problems is sometimes we get so concerned with little dumb shit that we don't realize how amazing all this fucking craziness is. What is it? It's like a 1 in 13 trillion chance that we even exist. Or was it 1 in 1.3 trillion? I don't remember. But like, instead of like having fun and enjoying this shit and like being like having your mind blown by actual crazy ass facts, instead we like take all the joy out of it. We make it into this like crazy conspiracy theory that the government is trying to like control you. And that's really fucking sad. Because that's what we have left. We're not discovering any new continents, guys. Like, this is what you should be about. The human race should be about attempting to, we gather knowledge and we bring it in and we fucking hold on to it for future generations. That's really fucking cool, man. It's really cool. Anyways, what up, Duke? Spikin'! What's up, Spikin'? I don't see you in there, but glad to see you. Anyways, I think that we make some real fucking mistakes here. And like, kind of like, you know, naysaying some of the cool shit that we do and turning it into these crazy conspiracy theories. Like, you're almost every time you're doing this type of thing, you're causing yourself to lack happiness, right? Like every time that you go down this route of pessimism and hate and fear, you're really like putting yourself in a place where you're keeping yourself from being a happy person. And that should really be why you're here. It only makes sense.
Okay.
Wait till you get to the conspiracy theories on what that word means.
But it's also a reference to the snake god of darkness, supposedly the nemesis of the sun god Ra.
There's only a couple ways
ostensibly
to
the
channel.
title of the project, which is intended to measure changes in electric and magnetic fields, is a clever, albeit nerdy, reference to ancient Egyptian mythology. I don't know what any of that meant. That was the most confusing thing I've ever read in my life, but sure.
Yeah, here, I'll decipher for you. The nerds at NASA were like, oh, it'll be cool because it's a solar eclipse, so it's covering up the sun. So we'll make a reference to Egyptian mythology where the sun is attacked. Get it? Right? And those poor guys, they're scientists. They only deal in facts. They don't know that the Alex Jones loons are going to take them and be like, ah!
Like I said, Jank actually makes good points there once in a while. Jank reminds me of like a old head sometimes. Like sometimes he just like seems like he's mildly out of touch. But I like Jank. He seems like a good person at least. But every once in a while he makes some pretty good points. And this is why like when people talk about science, scientists debating like flat earthers or scientists debating anti-vaxxers, like scientists, you know, unless you're like completely conspiracy minded, you understand that scientists, like, they get into the profession that they get into because this is what drives them. This is what makes them happy. This is what excites them. This is what makes their life have meaning and purpose. And so, like, the last thing that they really care about is, like, Alex Jones is coming up with this crazy shit. And up until recently, too, like, scientists could just, like, kind of, like, just not be aware of them at all, and it was perfectly fine. Now it's, like, literally, they have to, like, defend themselves against flat earthers, or they have to defend themselves against anti-vaxxers, or they have to defend themselves against whatever crazy-ass fucking Egyptian god conspiracy theory you came up because the fucking moon's passing in front of the sun, and that's too big of an idea for you to understand. Like, that actually makes a lot of sense, right? Like, scientists don't really think about this kind of shit. That's why, like, Neil Tyson kind of gets a little bit, like, worked up with Joe Rogan when he's, like, trying to get him to, like, talk about that shit. Like, it's just not really worth his time, man. It's not, it doesn't bring joy to his life. Was that one Korean lady? She would say, if you touch something, if it brings joy to your life, you keep it. Like, scientists touch conspiracy theories, and they're like, that shit does not bring any fucking happiness to my life.
Oh, what? Right? So Man.
No, they don't have to.
I can't help these
exactly,
guys.
Blueberry.
Okay,
exactly,
but here's the thing. Listen, guys, I read that and I didn't know what it meant either. So it's okay to ask questions and try to figure out what it means. But I feel like people like Alex Jones take confusing things and then they use it to their own weird conspiratorial advantage because people are confused. I'm confused. What does that mean, right? That's when Alex Jones swoops in. He's like, I'll tell you what it is.
Like that
I'll tell you what it is.
You have no joy
It's
in
the
your
Egyptians.
100%.
New World Order. Lizard
no
people. Like, but whatever. I guess they are having fun. It's just like, do you want to be scared all the time?
Welcome
by
to a
like
Ginger channel, bro.
Banal things.
There's only a few places that even come close to touching my feelings.
But you know why he's doing it? Because
people
then
heard
at the
about
end,
one
he
of them
sells
today
them like
already.
anti-snake pills. Because
true.
Right? Like that's kidding aside, he sells brain pills because he thinks his audience is worried about their.
Because there's probably people that haven't seen. If you talk about people harming themselves, if you tell people to harm themselves, if you tell people that you will harm them, if you say anything about the molestation of children, whether it's in an insult to somebody else, I don't give a shit if you're on the left, the right, the center, it doesn't matter. I will ban you. Don't be a fucking douchebag. Don't be a horrible fucking person. Don't like literally you're talking to me, a person that like does not care if you insult me, make fun of me, make fun of the way I look, talk shit about the way I talk shit about my ideas. All of those things you can get away with in this chat. All you have to be is not a shit human being. That's it. That's it. It's simple fucking rules, guys.
Intelligence. Oh, that's always the saddest thing in the world. And I feel bad even saying that out loud. But I'm sorry, guys. Why do you think he's selling brain pills? Then he sells penis pills. It's just terrible. Everything about it is so gross, right? But to be fair, you might need the penis pills after you've had one too many perturbations.
What the fuck is a perturbation? I'm not Googling that. Not Googling that. Oh, that ends with bation. I'm good. Can we talk about that shit too? Can we stop as human beings? Look, I have worked in an industry that includes supplements in my time, okay? Can we stop believing that because a rhinoceros has a huge dong, that if we take pills from a rhinoceros like horn, that we will too? Can we stop that shit? Isn't there like a story about seals, like seal dong, like that people were like, was it Asians? That's racist. Wait, Alaskans, probably Alaskans, that were fucking hunting seals and killing seals to make dick pills out of their dong. Can we stop that shit? Like sometimes I just don't understand human beings, man. Also, on that tilt, if you haven't seen my crazy ass video on the piece of shit human being that fucking tortured monkeys on YouTube, guys, on YouTube. Fucking crazy stuff. The link is in the channel right there. That pinned comment has a link to that video. There is no footage of anything crazy. It's just me talking shit about the dude because he's a complete garbage ass human being. That's all I'm saying, guys. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I don't get it. Ever hear of lock and load? It won't make your dong bigger, but it'll make your loads. Now that's science, tech. That's science. I've seen those videos. Envy's back. Dude, I've got Taylor derangement syndrome. Yeah, I love Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's dope. I don't listen to her.
Well, when the president does it, that means that...
I just like that she triggers the shit out of you people. No one in the history of music has ever accidentally triggered so many people like Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift just triggered the entire fucking right wing just by being Taylor Swift. By literally marrying, or not marrying, she's not married to him yet. Don't fucking start that conspiracy theory. By dating a guy that every conservative wishes they were. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Where do we want to go? Envy's in the chat, so we should play some crazy Trump supporters for him, because he loves making fun of crazy Trump supporters.
There are indictments.
Now this is a hell of a claim from TYT right here. They say that they have found the 4 craziest Trump supporters. We haven't even touched that. That dude that tortured the monkeys was a Trump supporter. I don't think they're interviewing him. I think he might be one of the craziest. I'm pretty sure, but that bar keeps getting lower and lower. I don't know. Or is it higher and higher? I don't know what Trump supporters. Hey, thanks for the 149 Google Foo Play ad with a cat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. What do we want to do? Craziest out of the 4? We want to ask people of the 4, what are the craziest ones? Some douchebag, C-Van, some douchebag from fucking Virginia ran a worldwide monkey torture ring. This is why I have zero faith in certain human beings, man. But I did make a video about it if you want to check it out and see fucking the worst possible thing a human being can be. Well, actually, there's worse than that, I guess. I shouldn't be fucking asking them to they're gonna be people, hold my beer. I'll show you guys how bad I can be. I don't need that shit. I don't need that coming back on me. But it's one of the worst fucking things that I've ever seen in my life, and it fucking literally almost made me cry. Anyways, and my tear ducts don't work anymore because I'm a ginger. But you can check it out. It is in the pinned comment. Okay, on the 4, a poll. Okay, so create a poll. All right, which Trump supporter? I gotta talk while I type, guys, because I'm old. Okay, so we're gonna go. All right, you guys are gonna determine it. Which Trump supporter is the craziest? Is it gonna be number 4? Number 3, because it looks like we're going backwards. It looks like we're counting down. 1. Can I do one more? Oh, I wanted to put the fucking monkey guy. Okay, if you think it's the monkey guy, just say it in chat. If you watched my video. If you haven't watched my video, watch the video. Okay, so you can vote now if you want. And you can change your vote as it goes. Just so you guys know, you can change your vote. Okay, so here we go. Also, we can play Illness or Education if you guys want. We play a game called Illness or Education, and that is, if once we get done with this first guy, we'll stop it and we'll talk in chat and we'll say, is this mental illness or is it a lack of education? Because we are about solutions here at this channel, and we want to know, where should our tax dollars be being funneled? Should it be into a better educational system, or is it into stronger mental health facilities? We are a solution-based channel, guys. All right, here we go.
There's audio tape of him with classified documents, sharing them with people who didn't have that security clearance. Does any of that bother you?
All of the above.
No, I think they've been after him so long that all of this is just a witch hunt, like he described it. I don't think there's anything Trump's done wrong. I think that the desperate opposition is just after him. I mean, they started out, and they've been after him 8 different ways, and they're going to keep after him until they can get him in jail, I think.
They went after Richard Nixon, they went after Bill Clinton, and now the courts in several different states are finding different things about Trump. Is there anything that could happen with him indictment-wise that would say, all right, maybe this disqualifies him for president?
Not for me. I'm with him to the finish.
Jesus Christ.
All right, thank you so much.
He could stand on the front steps of the White House and commit murder, and I'm with him.
Explain that to me. That's amazing.
Shit.
I mean,
look.
He said the White House. I could have told you that this guy pronounces White House. I want to say this, though, because he brought up something that is actually pretty important, the interviewer did. And that is that people continue to talk about the 2-tier justice system. Did y'all forget that fucking Bill Clinton literally got impeached for having sex? Do you guys forget that? Like, if Donald Trump right now was being impeached for what fucking Bill Clinton got impeached for, you guys would be losing your fucking mind. You guys would be like going, oh, so now a man can't get his dick wet? Oh, you know what? I can't be a man anymore. I can't have sex. That's wrong. That's wrong. Well, then I don't want to be American anymore. Hell, fuck that, brother. I'm going back to the White House. Like, you guys would lose your shit. If Donald Trump was being impeached right now for what Bill Clinton got impeached for, you would lose your fucking shit. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
He's the only
for
man
lying
we've ever
about
had in my
sex.
lifetime
It's
that
the
stood
same,
for America
Philip.
as president. Now, I was a George Herbert Walker Bush man and all that, but they don't anybody compare to Donald Trump. He loves this country, and that's why I love him.
But I'm going to push back a little bit because, and you're, I'm guessing, a couple of months older than me, but I'm going to say that, you know, looking back at some presidents like Eisenhower, like LBJ, like Gerald Ford, like, you know, Reagan, Bush, who you mentioned, what about them didn't stand for America in the same way that Trump does?
You know, I think it's got to do with the times we're living in. America's being assaulted. Open borders, you know all the issues. We all know the issues. And nobody stood under the attack that Trump stood
just
under.
Like talking
and
to
look
Trump
what he's
supporters.
done. He's hanging in there.
Oh,
he's
Christ.
for us. He loves this country. And I'm going to support him to the end. I hope he wins. We need him.
The George Floyd thing.
Okay, hold on.
That was all set up too.
Hold on. Oh, Jesus, that guy just started fast. Illness or education? I'm going to education. You know, you can almost go mental illness every time, but I'm going to education. I think that gentleman, that we put more money into the educational and we help him learn how to pronounce white, not White House. And that's where I'm going with that. But look, guys, this is my point. This is what I'm saying about these conversations. Can you guys really support saying that if Donald Trump murdered somebody, that you would be okay with that? Can you really say that shit? Like, that's insanity. Like, if Joe Biden shot and killed somebody, I'd be like, whoa, what the fuck? If Barack Obama were to, like, fucking ground and pound a dude to death on the steps of the White House, I'd be like, what the fuck? Now, if Bernie Sanders did it, I might give him a pass, because, you know, y'all been fucking Bernie for a long time. Can you guys really say that? Trump supporters? Do you guys agree? Trump supporters, this is your chance. This is your chance, Trump supporters. All you have to say, type in chat right now, is I would not support Donald Trump murdering somebody. Like, that's all I'm going for. Like that, this is all I ask for from you guys. Just one fucking time that you guys say, I don't think that him doing that is a good thing. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. But you guys can't do it because you're in a cult. Illness or education, guys. Illness or education.
How was that set up?
That police officer didn't have his...
And I'm going to support him to the end. I hope he wins. We need him.
The George Floyd thing. That was all set up too.
How was that?
What? Conspiracy theorists, you guys catch me off guard every once in a while too. Like, I am not always ready for some of this shit you guys say. Like, you guys create new shit all the time. It's hard to keep up. George Floyd was a setup. Okay,
that setup.
All right.
That police officer didn't have his knee on the neck.
Oh, Christ.
Did you see the video?
No. I didn't
Exactly
see the video.
honest.
Just like
if
I
Bernie
think January
was
6th
forced to
is
shoot
right
somebody,
too.
it'd be that guy's
Talk about
fault.
January 6th. In terms of what did you think it was? Tomorrow's the anniversary, 3 years. What do you think was rigged about it?
I think it was set up by Democrats.
But
what way? Because there's no,
but what? That's what's
sort
important.
of purported evidence of that.
I don't know. I think Republicans as a whole are more,
Trump supporters, can you get this? Like, can you understand this? Can you understand that if you can't back up with why you think that it was stolen or how you think it was stolen, then it just comes down to your feelings. And you fucking people are the facts not feelings crowd. Fuck your feelings, bro. Like, literally everything you guys believe is just feelings. Like, back it up with actual evidence. Like, if you want to talk about there being faults in our electoral system, we should be having that conversation. If you want to talk about the fact that, like, money being involved in politics is a bad thing, we can all have that conversation. We all agree on that. If you want to talk about lobbying or fucking Citizens United or the Chamber of Commerce or the Powell memo or a million other fucking things, we can talk about all of those things. You want to talk about gerrymandering, whether it's on the left or the right, and why that's wrong. We can talk about all those things. But if somebody asks you if you think that the election was overturned, and you say yes, And then that person says to you, well, hold on, why do you think that? And you go, Democrats are just evil. You're a moron. And you're part of the problem. Intelligent people need to be fucking louder and have more conversations and get together and tune out the nonsense of this kind of shit. It's insanity.
Just more calm and everything. It's like
that's pretty funny.
You know, the riots in the streets when Trump was president. I mean, the riots were all
Dusty, Democrats don't want to have a conversation. Brain dead thinking they're intelligent. That's why people don't talk to you, Dusty. That's why. I literally have fucking conversations with people for fucking 3 hours on this channel all the fucking time. I have people that follow me that are conservative. I have people that show up all the fucking time that are Trump supporters. You know why? Because we talk about shit. They don't fucking want to have a conversation because they're brain dead, bro. That's the dumbest shit you could say. And you're not helpful. No, I'm not having a conversation with you because there is no having a conversation with you, Dusty. You're fucking brain dead. You don't want to have a conversation. Say something of some fucking substance, Dusty. Do you have anything to say of value that we can fucking talk about? Let's do that. Let's talk about it, Dusty. Say something. You're a keyboard dork. That's what you have? That's what you're going to say? You're a keyboard dork? That's fucking dumb. And it has no value. You're part of the problem, Dusty. You're part of the problem.
democratic cities. I mean, and if you look at they haven't released the videos on January 6th. They did a little bit, and Dusty. You watch them, and the guy's just walking through. The police are helping them. It just don't look like a true, you know. It didn't look like the riots when Trump was president, when they were burning cities. Now, if they really was an insurrection.
Yeah, sounds really fucking stimulating being there, doesn't it, Dusty? Let's go, Brandon! What are you, fucking 12? Jesus Christ.
The Capitol, I mean, what do they think? They weren't as good as the people that were rioting, burning cities?
There were two different events, right? I mean, there's two.
Okay, first of all, yeah, white people suck at fucking rioting. I don't know if you know that. But when you fucking have everything that we've had fucking coming up, it's real hard to get fucking worked up and angry unless you're part of a cult. Oh, Jesus Christ. I make fun of white people trying to riot all the time. It's fucking hilarious. Like, dude, you know why people that ain't white riot? Because they're angry. Because they've been fucking marginalized. Because they have all kinds of shit to be upset about. It's like when people talk about Eminem, they're like, Eminem isn't like he used to be. Eminem used to be hard. Eminem used to have the best lyrics and he'd say crazy shit. Yeah, it turns out when your ass is living in the ghetto and shit's all fucked up, you got a lot of crazy shit to talk about. And then when you get millions of fucking dollars, your lyrics change. That's crazy. Oh, shit. Could it possibly be because he has a nicer fucking life now? The same thing goes for the rioters. The people that were rioting were people that were marginalized and fucking angry. The people that were at the January 6th were a bunch of spoiled fucking white people that were like, my guy didn't win, so I'm upset. That's the fucking difference. That's the difference. And once they got inside, they were like, holy shit. What the fuck are we supposed to do now, bro? I don't know. Let's go to Nancy Pelosi's office and take a picture. That's how white people riot. White people riot by going to Nancy Pelosi's office, stealing her fucking laptop, and taking a selfie. Those are facts. They dress up like fucking minotaurs and take fucking selfies in the house. It's still breaking the law. Shit on the floor. They did shit on the floor, didn't they, random? Oh, Jesus Christ. Duncan, I'm not talking to you. You're a Chiefs fan.
They're two different events, but two different.
There's no way
people.
you're a Chiefs fan
You got
and a Trump
Republicans.
supporter. That's not
and
even
you got
possible.
the Democrats.
No, but the riots were not Democrats and Republicans. They were just citizens. They weren't.
Trump
It wasn't a political event.
But it was held in democratic cities.
I don't know about that. I mean, democratic cities are like most big U.S. American cities are democratic. It wasn't something that people identified with in politics. It was opposed to what happened with policing, which is in Minnesota, that caused a wave around the country. But those were, people who live in a city. If you live in New Orleans, you don't think of it as a democratic city, you think of it as New Orleans, right? If you vote in a Democratic primary, you think of yourself as Democratic,
Yeah. But also, like even like you mentioned Minneapolis, the George Floyd thing, that was all set up too.
How was that set up?
That police officer didn't have his knee on the neck.
Holy shit, you guys are so nuts. Oh my God, it's mind-boggling. Bad shit happens. There's bad shit that's going on all over the fucking world right now. You guys have this like weird fucking thing you guys do where when something that you don't agree with, you're like it just didn't happen. It was fake. And if you think it's bad right now, it's actually going to get worse because AI is moving forward and this shit, like the fucking like mind-breaking fucking fake deep fakes and shit, like these people are never going to be able to believe anything ever again. Every time somebody brings up somebody that said that Trump was a bad person, you're like, oh, well, that person's corrupt. Okay, well, this entire department thinks, oh, the whole FBI is corrupt. Okay, well, the CIA, oh, the CIA is corrupt. Okay, well, this politician that used to work for him, he's corrupt. Oh, that person, no, nothing is real. Everything is fake. Like, it can't even be possibly true. Something has to be real. Fucking something has to be real. It can't all be fake. It's fucking, your brains are broken, guys. I'm sorry. And when you guys get out of the call, I'm gonna fucking hug you guys because I miss you guys. I miss sanity. I miss seeing people on the opposite side of the aisle that were capable of disagreeing with my opinions and having conversations, unlike fucking Dusty, okay? Like, we should be able to have conversations. This is why I do this shit. This is my hobby. I don't make money off this. I like to sit here and fucking talk to people. I like to talk to people that disagree with me. I like to talk to people that have different points of view from me. But we can't do that if all you guys do is every time somebody says, hey, what about this thing? And you go, it was fake. Okay, what about this person? He's corrupt. Like, that's not even fucking possible statistically. Not even possible.
Did you see the video?
No, I didn't see the video.
There was a months-long trial for those police officers.
I didn't see the video.
And certainly the lead police officer in Minnesota, where they saw angles. And it wasn't just videos, people's cell phone, and they went into it with the best forensics in the country and found Chauvin guilty of what he did.
Say no to Dustyism.
By all accounts and to the naked eye, his knee was on the neck of that man for an extended period of time. And
the only way to make it okay.
That video wasn't the media. They got there well after that video was already taken because it wasn't a story until he passed away.
So in that case, there's lots.
Yeah, like that video was taken by a young black girl that was just like hanging out around that fucking area. You guys can't even claim that it's the media. Like, and the fucking craziest thing about that is, like, you guys will fucking take in all this information from other media sources and then claim yours is the only media source that makes any sense. Like, I watch videos fucking from conspiracy theorists all the time because they're like, you don't look at this shit. I look at all of it so that way I fucking understand your point of view, your mindset, why you believe these things. But you won't even watch the fucking George Floyd video that was taken by a fucking random-ass person to prove your point that you don't think that he had his knee on his neck. He 100% had his knee on his neck. For like fucking, what was it, like 6 minutes or some shit like that? Like, if you want to come with a like actual coherent argument as to why you think that the George Floyd riots shouldn't have happened, then do so. But you don't. You come with crazy shit like it never even happened. Or that media spun it in this way. But it's not from media. It's from a fucking black kid that fucking took the fucking video. How do you explain that? You don't, because you can't.
That's the videos. But how come How come we're not seeing inside the White House on January 6th videos?
Wait, what?
There's no video. People
House?
can't just go inside the White House.
What? What
There's
is he
people
talking
that go inside the White House all the time.
Right, but you can't, like, if I wanted to take a camera into the White House, I couldn't just take a camera into the White House.
Yeah, but there's surveillance videos all over.
What was the White House? What was the White House
why are we talking
in terms
about the White
of
House?
January 6th, where they had
at the Capitol?
Yeah, at the Capitol.
That's not the White House, you
There was
dipshit.
video at the Capitol,
Jesus
plenty of it.
Christ!
So then
it's the
why-
Capitol building.
why aren't
He
they
doesn't
showing
even know
America
the
now?
difference. Holy
They stole
fuck.
the votes. The Dominion voting machines stole the votes.
Okay, I'm gonna just say mental illness on that last dude. That's fucking insanity. He didn't even know which building it was. This is why people don't take you guys seriously. Trump supporters, if you guys want to engage, you want to have conversations, fucking just actually have like reality-based information. If somebody says to you, hey, did you watch the video of the thing that you claim didn't happen, and you say no, then you have no ability to argue anything at that point. If I ask you, me and BMO had that conversation just a little bit earlier. I said, did you fucking read the Mueller report? He said, yes. I asked him questions. He answered those questions. Now we're having a conversation. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I say to BMO, have you read the Mueller report? And he goes, yeah, I read it. He goes, no, I didn't read it, but I already know it's bullshit. That is not an argument. You can't have conversations that are productive. And that literally means that you're just saying, I don't give a shit. I just want my way or the highway. And that is not how anything works in a country that is evenly divided between two political parties. Like, and to be honest with you, actually, there's more Democrats than there are Republicans. You don't believe me? Look that shit up. More registered Democrats than Republicans. But you can't have a country that is fractured in this way without having conversations. You have to be able to talk, because this is like living with your spouse. This is what I always say about relationships, right? If you're having a relationship problem, you can't just say it's my way or the highway. You can't say, I'm just going to act like it doesn't exist. You have to have a conversation, or eventually your relationship is going to fail. If my wife is mad at me about something, and I just act like she's not mad at me because I don't think whatever she's mad at me about is real, then eventually she's going to divorce me. That's how that works. And the same thing goes for this country. And if every time my wife wanted to talk to me about something, I just came up with some wild ass shit to tell her, she would also divorce me. At least if she's smart, she would. Jesus Christ. Like, this is the problem. This is what drives me nuts. This is what drives me nuts. You can't have real conversations with people that just like say dumb shit like that. Holy
and
Christ.
George Soros, Mark Zuckerberg, paid $400 million to flip the votes. Mike the Pillow Man will tell you that.
Something that seems
so,
like
so
thank you, Reese.
So Mike Lindell says that. So that's the fact then, right?
Trump says that. Joe Biden has been dead since 2019. James Woods, the actor, is playing Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, Poopy Pants. But the president is trying.
Can you see why people have a really hard time taking you guys seriously? In my video that you guys can watch, because the link is in the description. Okay, you guys, you can watch people saying that Joe Biden is a skin suit. I literally had an argument with a commenter for like fucking 6 paragraphs of fucking of talking, where he was like, "You can't show me evidence that these people say these things." First of all, you guys are watching evidence right now that people say these things. I then linked him multiple videos. What did he say? What do you guys think he said? What do you guys think he said? He said they're not real. He said they're not real. I go, oh, okay, fine. What can I show you? What can I show you that will make you believe this? And he said, well, how about an article on it? So I fucking got 3 different articles, including one written by, I think it was either Independent or BBC. I can't remember which one. But that Trump supporters believe that Joe Biden is a robot that has skin over him and he's not real, or that he's a deep fake. That he's a hologram. So I linked him those. And he goes, you can't trust those news sources. You can't trust those news sources. So at what point do I have to like fucking drag a person to your house, make them sit in front of you, and have them talk to you and tell you that they believe those things? In fact, I actually pointed out one of those people, and I didn't bring him to his house, but pointed out one of those people, and he said they're a paid actor. Where do we go from there?
Trying to get us back down with our economy.
On that one. Mental illness.
Because
so he is the president.
Yes, he never conceded. He is very much the president of the republic.
Mike.
Biden has been doing all
his
guys.
We're going
White
7,000
House pictures
We're going to
out
7,
there
000.
in California at Black Rock Studio with the fake green screen.
And so
he doesn't even live in the White House. Nobody lives in White House.
Oh, so he's in California?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me about if Donald Trump does not win.
That's illness. 100% that was illness.
What do you do?
100% that was illness.
I'm going to die.
You want to die if Donald Trump doesn't win?
I don't want to live like this
Why would
anymore.
you
like
say
our country
something
the way
like
it is
that? I don't understand you guys. I really just, I'm trying so fucking hard to understand you guys. Oh my God. You can't love okay, I love my wife that much and I love my kids that much. If my wife or kids, that would make me want to die, right? I don't even want to say that out loud, right? But Donald Trump, if Donald Trump doesn't become the president, you want to die? That's fucking insane, man. You should never look towards anybody. Anybody. Not me, not fucking Trump, not Biden, not even Neil deGrasse Tyson. I love Einstein. I think Einstein is one of the coolest fucking people that has ever lived. And I wouldn't want to die. I mean, he doesn't exist now, but if he did exist now and he died, I wouldn't want to die. It made me feel really sad, right? How could you ever get that involved in another person, in their being, in living through them vicariously or by proxy, whatever you want to say? How could you get that invested in a person that you would say something as crazy as if Donald Trump doesn't become president, I would want to die? That's cult behavior. Exactly, Blop. It's cult behavior, guys. And she said it with her chest. Exactly honest. All of the above. Mike's going for all of the above. That's a Trump answer, Mike.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what I think, but you've got a pretty good life.
Kurt
You got
Cobain.
nice clothes
Fucking
on,
love
you got
Nirvana.
hat on, sunglasses, you got your health. I mean, the country's done pretty well by you, right?
No, the country hasn't done anything by me. I've done everything for myself. My husband and I took care of ourselves as we grew older. Now, when we got ready to retire, we had planned what we were going to do. Now, what is the country doing for me now? Do I get any?
I wonder what she thinks now, because if you have a retirement account, and I know a little bit about investing, I know about my retirement account. If you have a retirement account right now, over the last 6 months, if you've invested wisely, I don't know how good you guys are at investing, but if you invested wisely in your retirement account over the past 6 months, you have doubled, tripled, or quadrupled your retirement account. It's fucking insane right now. The economy has issues in certain places, but overall the economy is very good. And as far as the stock market goes right now, it is absolutely fucking on fire. And if you have an IRA, if you have a simple IRA, if you have 401k and you haven't looked at it in a while, I'd take a peek, because that shit is looking good, boys. I wonder how she feels. I wonder if she can look at her retirement account and at least logically say, oh, that's crazy that I have that much more money right now. I wonder if she can. I doubt it, but I wonder if she can.
Any interest on anything that I put away and saved?
Well, your money is safe, right?
I wouldn't say that.
You got access to health care?
I have access to health care because my husband served 20 years in the military.
No, if
so the military did something for your family. The military is trustworthy, right? I mean, the military healthcare system's great.
No, I wouldn't say it's great.
No, I wouldn't say the VA is great either. My whole family is military. I can tell you a little bit about military. My father-in-law, who is very hardcore right-wing, would tell you he doesn't like the VA very much. But this is a weird kind of change in the parties that we've seen. The right becoming anti-military. That is insane to me. The right just shitting on John McCain, a prisoner of war. Insane to me. The right not being in support of Milley or Mattis. Mad Dog Mattis, when Donald Trump brought him in, I was like, oh shit, that's a pretty good call on his part. That's actually that's a wise decision to bring in General Mattis. And the right shits on Mattis, who, I shit you not, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, I guess it'd be 8 years ago now. 8 years ago, if I brought up Mattis to a conservative, they'd fucking get an erection right there. It'd probably come all over themselves, like on their chest. They'd be like, oh, Jesus, sorry. Oh, fuck, I gotta go wash. And now if you bring up Mattis or you bring up Milley, like, Bolton's a fucking warmonger. Like Jesus Christ. Like, that was fucking Donald Trump's guy. It doesn't make any sense anymore. And look, I'm all for talking about political parties changing. That is acceptable. In fact, I tell people constantly that we don't need political parties. You don't need to be in a gang, guys. You can just have values. You can just say, you know, I believe in pro-choice. I believe in supporting the military, but I don't believe in war. I don't believe in my tax funds going to this or that, without saying that you're part of a group. Like, I keep trying to convince people this. You don't have to be in a gang. You can just say, these are my values, and they are represented. Like, so I'm understanding that they could have made that switch, but it is really mind-boggling to watch people switch like this and then deny that that was ever a switch. Because when you talk to people about that, they're like, no, that's not going on. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The Republican Party is becoming anti-military. That's an insane change, whether or not you are pro-military or not. That's an insane change.
We were promised free health care for our whole life, but that did not happen.
What is it that is so bad about where America is or where you are right now with America that you would want to die if Donald Trump doesn't win?
I just don't want to live in a country that is screwed up as this one, that people are so out of control and that they think that everything that they're entitled to everything. What do you...
Wait, is she not talking about her own people? God damn it. Oh my God. Like, and stop saying you don't want to live here. Like, look, you can say that the United States of America is flawed and imperfect, and there's lots of stuff that, you know, with my left-leaning progressive values, there are obviously, in my opinion, things that are in marginalized groups need to be taken care of, right? But we have came so far. We have literally come from, like, the fucking worst history, most embarrassing history, maybe not the worst, the most embarrassing history, to where we are today, and I'm fucking super proud of that. I think it's amazing that America has moved as far forward as they have, or we have. We've got a long fucking way to go before we get to, like, toot our horn to being, like, the best ever and all that shit, but, like, we're moving in the correct direction. But when people say shit like living here is just terrible, it's horrible, but you hate DoorDash? You hate Netflix? Because that's what you guys are doing all the fucking time. You're getting food delivered to your house. You're watching fucking movies with your hand in your pants while you fucking tweet about how angry you are on an $800 iPhone. Like, that's fucking crazy. One of the biggest problems I think with Americans is that we are so entitled. We are so spoiled, and it's a great thing that we're spoiled because that means that we've done some shit. A person like me that came from fucking absolutely fucking nothing, a person who didn't have running water or a fucking bathroom or electricity. I lived in Bakersfield where it goes up to 114 degrees and I didn't have an air conditioner. And even though I grew up in the fucking worst areas of California, I lived in Slab City. I was fucking taken away from my parents. Well, my mom, my dad wasn't around. Even with all that being said, because of social safety nets like welfare and food stamps and Social Security and disability, I have been able to work since I was 16 years old, my way into the middle class and own a home. And I know that that's changing right now, and I dislike that that's changing, John, the home thing. I hope that that gets fixed. But what I'm saying is like things... We have this weird outlook on our lives, and we look at everything like it's all so bad. It's just the hopeless pessimism. Like, it's actually a pretty fucking good country, considering all the dumb shit that we've done, all the mistakes that we've made, all the flaws and imperfections. It's still a pretty good fucking country. And I think that maybe that's one of the problems is we don't realize how bad shit could be. That's why you have dumbasses talking about a second civil war. War is ugly. War is, you really think like fighting with another person right across you? You have families that would be on the opposite side of each other. You have children that think different than their parents. You're going to shoot your own child? You're going to shoot your own mother? Like, a second civil war is insanity. And the people talking about it is a bunch of people that think they have a bad life while they eat fucking popcorn with one hand and fucking tweet with greasy fingers on their $800 iPhone. Do they know what it would look like? It's fucking insane. It's fucking
think about the
insane.
stealing that's going on right now.
What do you mean stealing?
People walk into stores and just walk out with stuff.
Well, crime is a problem, but there's also a lot of places where people have to.
Crime is increasing every day.
Actually, the data shows it's not.
Well, I don't care what the data shows. You and I can't talk to each other because you have a totally different idea of what's going on than what I have.
So what do you trust?
I trust Donald Trump.
That's so crazy.
I trust Donald Trump. And what really upsets me the most is everybody remembers that one little blip that Billy Bush put out there when he first started to run.
About grabbing the.
Yeah.
What?
That
was pretty memorable.
I mean,
well,
it was
why
memorable.
is that memorable? Why isn't it memorable the things that he did do?
Well, he's been indicted in 4 different cases and 91 criminal
None
charges.
of that stuff is true. You know it's not.
I don't know whether it's true or not. I just know that. No, I just know that No, I'm just a journalist who sees that he's been in. I mean, so how do you explain all these charges?
She said, "You're a journalist," so that says it all. That's Fahrenheit 451, guys. If you haven't read Fahrenheit 451, you should, because it's the idea that the government actually never had to control people. The people did it to themselves. That people decided education was bad. That people decided that asking questions was bad. That people decided that they didn't want to have to deal with any of that and just put themselves inside these AI type of fucking living rooms where fake ass people tell you what you want to hear all the time. Fahrenheit 451, dude. Read that book. It's actually a really good book too. I've read 1984, Brave New World, Fahrenheit 451, and then Animal Farm, all back to back because I wanted to kind of get all these different viewpoints on stuff. So Fahrenheit 451 is a great fucking book to read to kind of combat the kind of shit that this.
How do you explain
saying.
What's going on?
They're all made up.
They're all made up.
Yep. They're all
made up. Nothing is real.
So the election interference
that.
in Georgia,
Appreciate
Sidney
you.
Powell and
Hey
Kenneth
guys, if you guys
Cheesebro,
haven't
who worked
subbed,
for
please
Donald
sub.
Trump
I'm trying to get
as
to 10,000.
lawyers,
I'm trying to
they
get
just
10,000.
pled guilty
My
and
son
admitted.
said he'd make me a fucking
You don't
YouTube
believe they
plaque
pled
if you guys
guilty?
give me to 10,000. So help me
So
out.
when
Help
they
me get
said
my
that they were-
YouTube plaque
never
for my
turn
kid.
on the news. I never turn on the TV. I never listen to any of that.
So where do you get your information
Hold
if
on.
you don't watch the
I
news?
get my information from
Joe.
Telegram.
Joe, George Orwell was not in prison when he wrote that. I do not. I know he was a democratic socialist. I don't think he was in prison when he wrote that. Thanks, bud. Okay. All right, maybe written in it, but about it. Okay. Yeah, maybe, because when I looked up George Orwell and the whole idea of everything, it was that he had been in I want to say not Stalin's. Who was the other guy? Not Stalin. Why am I fucking this up? The other communist that Stalin took out. The Italian. God, I'm fucking this up. The Mussolini? Anyways, he was in that war, and his buddies, during the time he was there, he got out. I think he got injured. He was injured during the war, and he was sent back. But all of those people were killed by Stalinists, and that's why he's very anti-communism. That's why he was a democratic socialist, which I actually have very similar values to democratic socialism.
Telegram. Are there any liberal or progressive voices on Telegram?
I don't have any idea.
War I.
There are
It's
not.
World War II.
Is it important to hear from people who have a different point of view than you?
How would fucking
I'd like to sit down with a liberal someday and have them tell me what it is that they think is so great about what's going on right now.
Jesus Christ.
But they won't talk to you about it.
What particular issue would you like to talk about?
Shut the
I
fuck
don't know.
up, Larva.
What do you
Jesus
think is
Christ.
so great about what's going on right now?
I think what's so great is that people who are in the United States now have more opportunities than anywhere else around the world.
When's the last time you paid for a loaf of bread?
I just went to the store the other day, and I was glad to see that inflation is down.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We can't talk anymore.
With
By the way, I work in the grocery industry, so I know a lot about that fucking stuff. I know a lot about inflation and about groceries and why the prices are what they are. Anybody wants to have a conversation on that, let's do it. All right, guys. What's the poll? 4, 3, 2, 1. Craziest fucking one out of all of them. Which one do you think? That last lady she was a mix of education and illness, in my opinion. Like, I'm going 60% mental illness, 40% education. That's what I'm going for. I'm going personally. I'm going number 3. The guy who said George Floyd wasn't real. That's that guy was the craziest to me. I think number 3 wins. Number 3 wins. This is your last chance. This is your chance. Oh, man. Yeah, actually, I agree with that, Larpo. CIA has destroyed lots of shit. If you guys haven't watched, there's a really good fucking docuseries on Netflix called Turning Point. It's about the Cold War, and actually it pretty much goes into a lot of the stuff that happened with the CIA and how that shit in Iran went down, how that shit in Guatemala went down. It's actually a really good docuseries. 2? 2? That's what you guys are going with? Okay. All right. Nathan. What's happening, Nathan? All of the above. That's an option. It's an option. It's not really a contest. They never left the line. Number 4 wins. That's pretty funny. All right. Let's see here. In the poll. All right. Every fucking one. Oh, that's who voted at the start. Most people go with number 4, the dude that said that Donald Trump could shoot somebody and it'd be okay. That kind of makes sense. You're a great grandfather. What up, John? How's it going? Good name, buddy. Nathan, Sparkling Dragon, Dizzy. Dizzy's been here for a minute. What up, guys? My bong voted for number 4. Good job, station. The bong. All votes matter in this America. Even the bongs. The bong could probably vote better than most Trump
What's
supporters.
one good thing? Just one good thing that President Biden.
Okay, hold on. This looks interesting. This is Trump supporter makes an insane connection between Biden and obesity. I have a lady myself that she talks about how Joe Biden steals all the good interfaith, the good community commodity stuff. Like she goes there and she's like, Joe Biden's keeping all the food for himself. He takes all the good commodities. That's what this lady I know says all the time. It's fucking hilarious. I wait in line at the community food shelter, and I get there, and all I got is cheese and beans because Joe Biden took all the good stuff. This shit's hilarious. I'm gay for you, baller. What up, dog? Let's make that happen. Oh, Christ. Love you guys. Hey, look, it's Mr. G. Mr. G's back. Only number 2 had illness. I don't know, that last one kind of had like a mix. Joe Biden is the president. Now my wife is fat. My wife's upstairs right now hearing me yell that, and she's about to come down here. I'm about to get in trouble. Thanks for that.
What's one good thing? Just one good thing that President Biden has done.
You got me.
That's another one, Trump supporters. This just shows you in a fucking cult. There's just way too much evidence that y'all are in a cult. Because I can literally list shit from like every president that I disliked that I thought that they did good. Because I'm an actual, literal human being, not a weird-ass cult member. There are plenty of things that human beings do that are bad. And there are plenty of things that human beings do that are good. And just acting like, oh, everything Joe Biden has ever done is the worst thing that has ever happened makes you look like you're in a fucking cult, dude. You're in a cult. How many times has somebody asked me on this channel whether or not that I thought that something that Trump did was good, and I've listed off multiple things. Why? Because I'm not voting for Trump. I'm not voting for Biden. I'm voting for legislation, and I'm voting for an administration. That's what matters. And when you vote for people based off their charisma or their speeches or whatever bullshit that you think is like important, that's the actual fucking problem. That's the actual reason that we are where we are. Because you guys voted for an American Idol president. The fucking dude that clowned people the hardest. Like, that's fucking insane. Insane. If you can't say that there's one good thing that Joe Biden has ever done, please go look up the Chips and Science Act. And if you can read the Chips and Science Act and then come back to me and tell me that that's a fucking shit piece of legislation or that it's bad for America, I don't know. I'm going to tell you move like New Zealand or Australia or maybe Russia. Like, because there is so many fucking good things in the Chips and Science Act. And to be honest, it's kind of broad and diverse as to the types of people that it should appeal to. So I don't know. If you guys want to see Biden has done anything good, fucking back it up. Back it up.
Can't tell you. No, can't tell you. Obesity. He's fixed that because prices are high. People can't eat.
It's true, Random. They had that good
that was a
speed in the
funny
White
answer.
House.
We were talking about President Biden. Can you say one thing that he's done
sparkling.
that you thought was good?
No, I can't. I really can't. He just makes
I'm voting
me
for Biden.
cruel.
Well,
No.
the current
What about you, sir?
political fucking race,
Not that I can
guess.
think of.
Creeps me out. He gives me the creeps.
A little time to think
You
about it, to
walk,
be honest
you
with
can
you.
see him in so many videos sniffing the little girl's hair.
I gotta go back
really
to
can't.
because it seems like this dude on the right is like trying to be like, I'm not really part of this conversation. Hold on.
Can you say one thing that he's done that you thought was good?
No,
She
I
got
can't.
crazy
I
eyes.
really can't. He just makes me cruel. No.
What about you, sir?
Not that I can think of.
Creeps me out. He gives me the creeps.
A little time to think
You
about it,
walk,
to be honest
you
with
can
you.
see him in so many
Look,
videos.
I give credit
sniffing-
where credit is due. Okay, at least this gentleman said I would need a little bit of time to think about it. That's all I'm asking for, Trump supporters. All I'm saying is fucking just like 2 seconds of fucking critical thinking. Just for one fucking moment, get out of your cult. One moment, realize that the way forward isn't to just be like, everything Donald Trump does is amazing. It's all great. He's the best. There's no human being alive that is perfect. There's no fucking way that everything that Donald Trump has done, even in your fucked up brains, is perfect. You have to believe there's something the dude has done wrong. And if you don't, you're in a cult. I think Joe Biden has done things wrong. I think Barack Obama did things wrong. This guy right here, fucking George Washington. He did shit wrong. He fucking did shit wrong. And he did a lot of good shit too. Just for 5 seconds, critically think and answer a question, not with your fucking chest, not with your feels, but with real, actual information. Because if you can't think of one fucking thing he did good, at least say, hey, give me a little bit, I'll look into it. Fucking, that's a good answer. Holy shit. Oh. Ow. Fucking, I did bag work this morning. It fucked up my wrist.
The little girl's hair. He sees a little girl and he runs over to her and starts snipping her hair, and it's just, he's creepy.
What about President Biden?
Well, when we had President Biden, he didn't do nothing for us. Everything went up.
Oh, no.
It was war. He never did anything for us.
What did President Trump do for you?
Oh, President Trump stopped the war. He helped the people.
What war did he stop?
Why is he the better pick?
What war did he stop?
Oh, he
the better
give
pick? You
us
have to
money,
actually
help the
back it up
people,
with
he helped
something.
everybody. He
You
did a
actually
lot
have
for the
to
community,
say why
not for the
he's the
world,
better
not for
president.
everybody.
I am not
Joe Biden
making
got
fun
to
of this
see
lady.
Everything fell and went downhill.
No fucking
Can
way.
you tell me one thing in 3.5 years that you've liked that Joe Biden's done, that President Biden's done?
Divided us.
You've liked that?
What, division in our country?
Yeah, no, I said one thing.
Okay, this is another thing. Trump supporters, you are literally answering a question before the question has been asked. And that's why you constantly see this in these interviews where a person goes, oh, wait, what did you say? Because you didn't hear what he said. You are already readying your answer. That's a problem. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be critically thinking, once again, okay, what are the words coming out of his mouth? How does he say that? How many times on this fucking channel have I had you guys ask me shit, and then I sit there and answer it, and I do my best to do so? This guy is answering the question so quickly before the question is out that it's fucking like he's answering the wrong question. Don't do that. Fucking wait for the question, then answer. Why is Jimmy from Philly blocked on my channel? I don't know. Did you piss off one of my mods? I can see you, Jimmy. I can literally see your fucking Jimmy from Philly. You're not blocked. I can see you. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh no, don't piss off my mods though.
Thing that you've liked that he's done.
One thing that I like that he's done. Nothing comes to mind.
Is there anything, just one thing that you can think of that you were supportive of President Biden that he did that helped the country?
No.
Not one thing.
Not one thing.
God damn.
What has he done? Inflation's high. Trump, if the Democratic Party.
Even if you want to debate statistics, which you can't because the statistics are on Joe Biden's side, coming out of a global pandemic, the only way that you can take away any and all credit from Joe Biden for where we're at now compared to where we were 4 years ago, which is better, no matter how much you guys want to say some dumb shit like, are you better off now than 4 years ago? Fucking A, we are. Even if you want to debate statistically what you think is us being worse off, you can't. You can't. Like, you have to at least give him credit for not letting the fucking country burn down during a global pandemic. If Donald Trump was in office right now, and we were in the same place we are right now, I would be telling people on the left, yeah, you have to give him credit. We have came out of it. Inflation has been reduced. We did not go into a recession. Like, you guys are fucking mind-blowingly numb in the brain. Because you should be able to still say that somebody does things well and that you disagree with those things. You should still be able to say, I do not like the things that that person represents, but I do understand that, yeah, okay, sure, we're not completely fucked right now. Like, it's insanity. It's a fucking cult behavior.
Would have kept all of the executive orders in with Donald Trump. He eliminated all that. Now we've got inflation, our gas. I've been in construction my whole life. You know, it's hard.
Chris,
you can't get housing. It's terrible. It's just a mess. Everything that Biden has done has failed. It seems he's just basically destroyed the country. I work at a grocery store, T-Bone.
That's how I feel. I literally manage one. Do you want to talk about grocery?
That's good.
I will fucking murder your fucking debate.
I can't think of anything.
Nothing, 3.5 years and not one.
No, I can't think of anything. I know a lot of things that he's undone.
I don't have a gang, bro. I don't have a gang.
I think we were on the right road, and then he came in, and things got backwards.
Could you tell me one thing that Joe Biden did that was good while he's been president?
Me personally, no. I haven't been a Joe Biden fan. I think that he cares a lot about climate control, but the American people is what really matters because that's what made America was the people, and I think that's been thrown.
This is like he's the one like semi-happy dude, you know? He's like actually I'm just here fucking chill. We're having a good time. I like the hat. I like this vest I bought. This bro's got like kind of a little more positive spin, like he's not totally in the cult yet. He's like, just show up and hang out with the cult. Yeah, price of everything has gone up. Yes, it's called global inflation. Pretty expensive, T-Bone. Shut the fuck up. You have no chance of winning an argument about grocery with me. There's zero chance. Unless you can fucking come in right now and tell me that you have 20 years of experience in the grocery industry, you are completely out of your element, Donnie. Holy Christ. You have no chance in that one, buddy. Like I said, I will absolutely destroy you on the fucking grocery. Oh my God. I am one of the few people that have been fucking able to take an independent grocery store during this time and absolutely fucking crush it. Fucking insanity. Oh my God. You guys crack me up. 20 years of shoplifting. Stop giving everyone else billions of dollars. That's a much fucking deeper fucking conversation, Ducky. You can't, once again, that's reductive. You can't stop giving people billions of dollars. Because when you look at how that money is used, the way that it's used in defense of America, whether or not it's in creating contracts that later benefit us at different times, all of those things are very important. So that's actually a good place to start a conversation, Ducky, but you can't reduce it down to just don't do it. That's as bad as people saying close the border. You can't just close the border. That's not how anything fucking works. Do you think if they could just close the border, they would just, like every Republican president ever would have done that? They would have done it. They would have done it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to hit 7,000. No, you don't know that, T-Bone. No, you don't. It's not double the cost. Oh my God. You guys are fucking insane. Oh, you guys are so bad at this. Biden is mentally incompetent, period. Your name is Cobra Commander, and your icon is a cobra. You literally have a G.I. Joe icon. No one can take you seriously. Go change your icon and come back. Yeah, T-Bone's mad because I told him he was not important in this conversation. It really hurts these people's feelings. My boss the other day said IFE, and that is an instant fucking expert. I know a lot about virology. I also know how to run businesses. I know all about war. Like, no, you're not a fucking expert on everything. No one can be an expert on everything. Stop trying to be an expert on everything. It's fucking dumb, and it's breaking your brain. There's tons of shit I don't know anything about. That's why I said, if you want to talk about grocery, I will fucking destroy you because I know a lot about grocery, because that's my shit. You're an absolute idiot, bro! You're so worked up. Don't be so mad, Cobra. God. This is exactly what I'd expect from Cobra Commander, too. Okay? How could you ever trust the guy that was the bad guy in G.I. Joe? Like, no one trusts you. You're literally... Isn't Cobra Commander a communist? I might be making that up. Is Cobra Commander a communist? Somebody answer me. I don't remember. You're screaming. I'm not yelling. This is the way that I talk. Cobra? Jesus. Fuck, man. I'm pretty sure he's a communist, Cobra. Oh, Christ. Exactly, James. James knows. Instant fucking expert. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I stole that one from my boss, Sparkly. Oh, I love you guys. Oh, he's a dictator. My bad. Aren't they the same shit, right? Kafefe. All right, back to the video. I'm having too good of a time. Cobra's my favorite right now. Nothing like debating the evil guy from fucking G.I. Joe. Haven't you seen my movies? That wasn't even a very good impression. I need to do better. Sorry.
Burn out the window nowadays.
What's one good thing that President Biden's done in the last 3.5 years, in your estimation?
Okay, he's thinking.
I can't think of one.
Not one? I mean, he's the U.S. president for 3.
So close.
Everything he touches doesn't work out.
It's a cult.
I can't think of one thing he's done.
It's a cult.
Not one. To help this country.
I'm not debating
What's one good
Cobra.
thing that you can say that Joe Biden's done?
I got nothing.
I got nothing. That's Cobra
there.
Commander right there.
3.5
That's you, ain't it,
not
Cobra?
One thing.
That's
No,
Cobra Commander.
Everything's worse now than it was when he took office.
Be a Christian for me, as you are every day of the week. Tell me something good about our president.
Something good? He's still there trying to pretend he's still there.
That's a good thing?
That's a good thing because every day he stands there, we see who he really is.
Dude, leave it up to... He's a preacher. 100% he's a preacher. Leave it up to a preacher to be able to give an answer like that. He's like, you want some bullshit? I got some bullshit. No fucking problem. You want to hear my bullshit? I give you all the bullshit you want to hear.
Yes. And
crazy.
all things work together for the good. Even what happened, even the stealing of the elections.
Yes. Even the election was stolen.
What does that have to do with anything, Cobra Commander?
I'm one
I
of
don't
those,
care if you hate Trump too. I'm just making fun of you.
I understand fully well that this thing was stolen. I'm not ashamed of that. But what does the people do? I'm like Mike Lindell. If this would not have happened, we would have never known how corrupt.
The words that should never come out of anybody's mouth ever in their life. I am like Mike Lindell. I am like Mike Lindell. If you are a former crack addict and you want to say, I am like Mike Lindell, I will give you that one. That's the only time that you can say that. I am a former crack addict, just like Mike Lindell.
This thing is. It would have never happened. We would have never probably come together the way we've coming together now.
He's quick on us.
And so
he
it's
got
a
on
timing
that shit
thing.
hard.
In what way are you like Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy?
In what way? He believes in something. And he's willing to, and he put it all on the line. God bless his heart. And we have more patriots like that. We have more people that are standing like that believe in something, and they're willing to put it all on the line.
One good thing about President Biden, one thing he's done that was good.
Policy-wise, I think he means well. If that's the best thing I could say.
Hey!
Policy-wise, I have nothing to say.
Look at that. I think he's fucking wrong. As I just pointed out, there are actually multiple policies that have been great for America and great for the future of America. But he said he had good intentions. Like that man might not be in a cult. That man might be like edging the cult right now. Like he about to be cultish, but he's like actually like just like on the edge of the cult, looking in. You know, he's not doing too bad. All right, that's good. That's good. Sometimes I gotta figure out whether you guys are talking to me or talking to each other. First person in the video that actually tried Exactly Crispy. There's a couple people that they took a second. And that gives me hope. Seeing people like their brain actually start to work, and I'm not talking about that gear grinding bullshit where that shit stops. I'm talking about like where they like kind of think for a second, they look up at the left side of their brain, like, oh, okay, what the fuck? I gotta use this part. Nothing. At least gives me hope. It gave me hope. Oh.
One thing that President Biden has done that you've liked in the past 3.5 years.
See that? Look, he did it.
One thing President Biden has done that I've liked. Trying to think of something. I'm sure he's done something.
There we go. Oh God, I don't know why, but TYT is giving me hope for America. Holy shit. Oh, guys, I'm feeling better. Starting to feel better. Whew. All right. Let's see. Let's see if this guy can come up with something. Let's see if he can do it.
Infrastructure bill?
No, not really, because so much of that, a large percentage of that was garbage, spent on garbage, left-wing, like,
Garbage?
It was a left-wing slush fund, climate garbage. It's wasteful. Like,
What is climate garbage?
Yeah, I would like to hear. This is my problem with you guys. Even when you make it that far to like the part where you just like kind of deride or you hate whatever it is that the guy did, now you got to follow that up with facts. You got to say what part of it that you supposedly read, okay, is bad. And then we get to have the conversation. Once you guys get to the point where if you can get past being Cobra Commander, if you can get past being Dusty, okay, and you can actually get to the point where you start talking about actual real shit, because you guys don't believe in actual real shit. That's for you guys, that's air quotes. Once you get to that point, then we have a conversation. The number of times that I've been on here and talked to people and we started off by fucking fighting about shit and insulting each other and having kind of a spat. And then by the end of the fucking show, they wave and go, anyways, hey, that was fun anyways. Thanks a lot for being here. Goodbye. That's happened since I started doing this is actually like crazy, the amount of times that it's happened now. And it actually gives me hope. It makes me feel good about the potential chances of America. It makes me feel like there's people out there that even when we fight at the beginning and we insult each other and we talk shit to each other, that once we get past all the like feelings and we get to, okay, let's talk about real information, then we get to like have an actual discussion. That's where I like to get. Let's see if this dude can do that. Let's see if he can do this.
All of the green, like a large percentage of that, if you look at all the line items in there, very few of the actual dollars allocated were for infrastructure. When I say very few, I'm talking percentage-wise. It was a very large spending bill, and there was a bunch of non-infrastructure things in there. Like giving money to Native American tribes to fight climate change? What is that? That's absurd. That's not infrastructure. It's a left-wing giveaway.
Hold on.
What makes that left wing? Just because it's climate?
Going back.
On infrastructure things in there. Few of the climate garbage, it's wasteful. Like
what does climate garbage mean?
All of the green, like a large percentage of that. If you look at all the line items in there, very few of the actual dollars allocated were for infrastructure. When I say very few, I'm talking percentage-wise. It was a very large spending bill, and there was a bunch of non-infrastructure things in there. Like giving money to Native American tribes to fight climate change? What is that? That's absurd.
God.
That's not infrastructure.
That's
it's
actually
a
at least
left-wing giveaway.
Okay.
What makes that left wing? Just
okay. I like that he moved into that part of the conversation. See, I like this. Good job, buddy. We moved into. He seems like he kind of like knows the fringe parts of the bill. That's good. I'm not asking everybody to be an expert. This is the difference between me and the rest of the fucks that are out there. They're IFEs, okay? Instant fucking experts. I'm not asking you to be perfect and know everything about it. I'm just asking what you're actually angry about. What has given you these feelings? At least this guy knows something within the bill that he dislikes. And whether or not I agree with him or not, now we can have a conversation. Now we can talk about whether or not all the shit that's going on in Atlanta, all the shit that's going on in New York when it comes to the actual infrastructure bill, when it comes to the fact that bridges like the one in Baltimore could be fucking updated to be able to fucking survive a gigantic fucking boat running into it. Things like that. Like we can get into the discussion of whether or not that money should go there or not go there. That is a discussion that can be had, but you can't have those discussions if the only thing you can say is, I just don't like it because Joe Biden did it. That's not a fucking argument. So actually, I'm applauding this guy for knowing something about it. I mildly disagree with the Native American thing.
Because it's climate?
It's a left-wing giveaway because you tell me how Native Americans are going to take money and fight climate change.
Wait, what?
That sounds like a left-wing giveaway to me.
Wait, hold on. Oh my God, does this guy think Native Americans live in teepees still? Holy fuck. I'm dying. The look on his face. This is where we entered into the part where he hadn't thought about this. They would fight it the same way anybody else would, bro. They don't live in teepees. They're not fucking... Well, they might be hunting bison still. I don't want to be fucking saying that they're not hunting bison because they might be doing that. Oh my God. Solar panels, fucking windmills, reducing carbon footprint. How is the rest of the world fighting fucking with green energy? I'd imagine that's how the Native Americans are going to do it too. Does this guy think that they still send up smoke signals? Does he think that the Indians are so fucking far back in time that they don't know about climate change? Holy shit, that was amazing. The education. Are there still bisons? There might not be. There is that crazy documentary, you're right. That crazy documentary where we killed like a fuck ton of buffalo, right? I might be wrong about that. So you're just here to talk shit. You get your info from social media You are not meant for... Okay. And... Oh, okay. I almost banned you because that last word looked like something you're not allowed to say here. Dude, if you want to have an actual conversation, Cobra, say something that makes sense. You guys come in here and you talk shit. And then when I insult you, you're like, hey, you don't have any good points. All you do is insult people. You guys come in here and insult people, and then when I fucking make fun of you back, you cry like little bitches about it. That's the fucking truth of the situation. If you come in here and ask me an actual fucking question, I will answer it for you. But if you come in here and insult me or insult other people or just say basic stupid shit, then yeah, I'm going to do the same to you, because that's what you get from that. If you would like to ask me a question, ask me a question. You will, okay. Sorry, I hadn't scrolled down yet. Mid-rant. Tell us what Biden has done. So first of all, the Infrastructure Act. It's actually a very good act. The second is the Chips and Science Act, which is my favorite thing. Well, I miss your fucking comments sometimes. Put $1 on it. $1, you broke ass. And I'll see it in the super chat. Jesus Christ. Okay, so my favorite is the Chips and Science Act. So I believe that we have a really big problem coming up. And when you guys complain about things like wars in the Ukraine, when you complain about the war in Israel-Hamas, obviously that's even two sides, right? The left is going to complain about the Israel-Hamas, and the right is going to complain about Ukraine and Russia. So the third war that possibly could break out, and most likely will break out in the near future, is China invading Taiwan. So the biggest issue with China invading Taiwan right now is that semiconductor production mostly happens in Taiwan. I think it's something like 90% of all of the highest value semiconductors, when you talk about the ones that are used in AI, or you talk about the ones that are used in hypersonic missiles, those are all being produced in Taiwan. Total semiconductor production is something like 62% is coming out of Taiwan. America is, I want to say, 13% of total semiconductor production, which all of that actually is made here as far as the plans for semiconductors. But what's going on in Taiwan is they have specialty facilities that are built to be able to create those semiconductors over there. We all learned during COVID how important semiconductors were, because we had things like cars that went way up in value because those semiconductors couldn't be produced at a high enough rate for us to be able to use them. They're also used in graphics cards, which we can go into another thing that Joe Biden did, which he stopped the production of 4090s that were being sent to fucking China, which stopped them from being able to advance their AI. So when we talk about the Chips and Science Act, we're talking about $80 billion that's going to be invested in American technology. Now, to be completely fucking honest, I talk shit about isolationist policies all the time and how much I dislike them, but in this case, I actually believe that it's really good. I think that we should bring back semiconductor production to the fucking U.S. I think that 500,000 new jobs that are going to be created by bringing semiconductor production back to the U.S. is incredibly important, and it keeps us out of yet another military action. If China invades Taiwan tomorrow, we will be forced to engage with that war, because if we do not, we will all find out exactly how important semiconductor production is. When you have places like Arizona, when you have places like Colorado, you have places like New York that are receiving tons of fucking funding for this kind of thing, it brings jobs back. Do you want me to keep going? Should I keep going? Do you think there might be more than that left and right? All I hear is how each side is wrong. Don't you see the division? Cobra, we just entered the conversation portion. Good job. All right. See, this is what I like. See, I told you guys. I fucking yell at you guys because you come in here and insult me. I yell at you. I tell you guys not to yell at me because I will fucking confront you for it, because you're not used to people confronting you for it. And then we get to the conversation portion. Okay? So now we're at the conversation portion. Our relationship is evolving, Cobra Commander. I don't know that I ever want to tell anybody that I am friends with Cobra Commander, because I'm kind of more of a G.I. Joe guy. But I'm going to answer your question. Do you think there might be more that left and right? All I hear is how each side is wrong. Don't I see the division? Yes. And if you had been here for a lot longer, if you didn't just come in and assume a bunch of shit, you would know that. Because from the fucking very beginning, I've been telling people, don't join gangs. Let your policies speak for who you are as a person. I've said I don't want to vote for Donald Trump or Joe Biden. I want to vote for an administration and legislation that is potentially going to increase the positive outcomes of my children. That is what you should be doing. That is critical thinking. So when you come in here and you assume all these things about me, you're part of that division. You're part of that division. And you don't even recognize it. So yeah, don't join the left. Don't join the right. Have policies, have values, and express them in the way that you vote. Stop saying dumb shit like, I'm not going to vote because nobody represents me. I talked, who was it with? Adam Mockler. I talked with Adam Mockler, and he's very socialist. And we talked about whether or not he would vote for Biden. And he said, a lot of people my age are saying they're not going to vote for Biden because they were Bernie bros. They wanted Bernie in there so bad. But you don't get closer to having Bernie in office by voting for Trump. You get closer to having Bernie in office by voting for Biden. And these are all the things that I keep saying about all of this shit, is that you can't have these reductive conversations where they're like 5 fucking words. Joe Biden bad, Donald Trump bad. You gotta have actual, real fucking information, and you gotta have long fucking conversations that are exhausting sometimes. Do you know what it's like to actually talk to me in person? I'm like this in real life. This isn't a facade. It's exhausting to talk to me in real life. I can't believe my wife has been with me for more than 20 years. That's fucking, she deserves a fucking award, okay? And probably like $2 or $3 million in compensation. But do you hear what I'm saying? No, I agree with you. There is division. But this idea that it's all being created by the government is kind of bullshit. It's being created by us. We want things to be more dramatic. So we create conspiracy theories. We want to believe that we're not the ones fucking up shit, that there's somebody else in control that's fucking up shit. And then we don't vote because we go, what's the point of voting? Oh, my vote doesn't count. But then you see people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. You see people like Lauren Boebert. I think they're fucking ass. But they represent the people that voted. Because it does make a difference. You should be voting for people that best include your values. You should be voting for ranked choice voting. I do not see enough people talking about ranked choice voting that talk about division. You talk about division in America. You talk about one bird, two wings, all that bullshit, and then I never hear you guys once talk about ranked choice voting. Why? Because you don't know anything about it. I don't know. Did I answer your question? Vote for policies, not parties. Thank you, trans girl gamer. Please subscribe. Seeing Biden support the unions is awesome. Yes, I'm a union supporter. So that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons that I'm for that. Cobra, did I answer your question? I don't know if I even I might have just ranted for like 10 minutes and not known a goddamn thing about what I was talking about. Brain choice. There you go. I want to see you guys beating the fucking drum out there. All right? Ranked choice voting every fucking day of the week. This is how we get to a place where we don't have to vote because somebody's a Democrat or a fucking Republican. Ranked choice voting, what is it? Steven, thank you for asking that question. I explained this to a couple people last time they were on here. Ranked choice voting is the idea that you have somebody like Bernie. Bernie's the best example because I think a lot of the people on the left that are so mad at Joe Biden are people that got triggered by what happened with Bernie, right? So I use this example to help explain. If you wanted Bernie Sanders to be in office in 2016, not Hillary, not Trump, let's say that, okay? So in this hypothetical situation, we don't have parties, we have ranked choice voting. You still have parties, but in this, you're not voting Dem versus Republican. You have Bernie, who you want to vote as your number one choice. So you put Bernie at the top. You guys can't see my hand. Second, you go, I don't want Joe Biden to lose to Donald Trump because I don't like Donald Trump. So in the worst case scenario, I would like Joe Biden to be president, not Donald Trump. That means that if Bernie doesn't get enough votes, that vote then falls to the next person, who would be Joe Biden. So then you don't have to worry about what we constantly talk about, a third-party candidate stealing votes from your potential candidate. Like in that presidential campaign between Hillary and Donald Trump, a lot of people voted for Jill Stein, right? So let's say that those people that wanted Jill Stein were like, well, I definitely don't want fucking Donald Trump, but I also don't like Hillary Clinton as much as Jill Stein, so I want to vote for Jill Stein. It's my vote. I should be able to do what I want with it. Well, in ranked choice voting, you'd be able to do that. You'd be able to say Jill Stein, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump at the fucking bottom where he belongs. And then your vote fucking cascades down to the person that you want it to go to. And we could do that with legislation. We could talk about, okay, well, hey, here's this thing to do with trans bathrooms, trans surgeries, whatever the fuck you guys argue about. And you could be like, okay, I don't know a ton about this subject, and I'm not a fucking surgeon, or I don't have a transgender child. Maybe I don't know enough about the subject to really vote for something, but I do want to also participate in the voting. You could say, here's this thing that I think that this piece of legislation actually makes the most sense for a person like me. This one below it, if fucking people know more than I do, maybe that one wins. This could fix so many fucking problems, but nobody on the left or right wants it because it puts them at risk of third party. It puts them at risk of independence. Like, this is something that fucking everybody wants. Oh, Christ. Okay, I'm sorry, Steven. Yeah, everybody should have ranked choice voting in the entire fucking world. Everybody. Everybody should have it. Cobra, do you see fucking no schooling aid come in here? Let's go, Brandon. What do you think I should say to him? Do you think I should be like, oh, no schooling aid. Let's have a discussion about fucking policy and shit. Or do you think I should say, no schooling aid. You're a moron. Oh. Why is it always Canadians that live on the border always talking to me? It's so funny. I don't know what's up with you guys. Oh. Food and water, the most important issues. That's a good call, Station. That's yeah, I understand no schooling aid. I understand. No, but that's not how it works, Cobra. Cobra, that's what the left got wrong. The left got that wrong, Cobra. You don't ignore it. Because when you ignore it, you have what happened with Trump. Do you understand that like the majority of people that vote for Donald Trump are lower middle class? And that's because they feel ignored. And I'm from the trailer park. I grew up in a really fucked up situation, and I have a different, unique voice to speak to people. And that's why I'm here. I don't get paid for this shit, okay? I'm trying to convince people that sometimes you got to talk to people in their language. Because like I said, the number of people, yourself included, that I've started off in an adversarial tone with because they came in and said something fucking stupid, and I've later had good conversations with, because once we get past the insults and the bullshit and they realize you're not going to hurt my fucking feelings, then we get to have real conversations that matter. That's important. And on the left, people have fucked up by condescending and saying to people, I'm not going to talk to that person because they're just ignorant. It's not a good thing. You got to talk to people. You can't be in a relationship and just say, I'm going to ignore that other person. We're all in a relationship, whether you like it or not. This is like fucking, we're all having a struggle cuddle right now, guys. None of us want to be in this cuddle, but we're doing it. Fucking, we got to get our shit together. Answer Tom's question. Okay. Are you asking, do I think Robert Kennedy Jr. is hurting Biden? Okay. The way I feel about RFK hurting Biden is actually pretty complicated right now. Because in one way, he's definitely hurting Biden because of his last name. So on the left and on the right, you both have a certain portion of voter that's going to vote based off of D or R, right? So if you see a D or you see a R, you're generally going to be like, I don't know enough about things. I'm just going to vote for the guys that I've always voted for. I'm going to vote for a Democrat, or I'm going to vote for a Republican. Well, when you see Kennedy, which is a name that is synonymous with the Democratic Party, you're going to start to have a little bit of a conflict. You're going to go, well, hold on. Who the fuck? RFK? Is that Kennedy's nephew? Oh, shit. I remember Kennedy. I love Kennedy. And they're going to fucking have a moment. Oh, you know what? Actually, I disagree with what's going on in Israel-Hamas right now. I would rather vote for Robert Kennedy. The other part of that, though, that is really complicated is that Kennedy, though he's pro-environment, he's anti-vax. I actually have a video queued up, too, for his vice president. His vice president also is kind of like, I wouldn't say a science denier. She's a science skeptic. And if you work in grocery like I did, and if you work in health food like I did, then you would know that during the COVID pandemic, a lot of the people that tended to be more conspiratorial on the left that were anti-vax, anti-big pharma, anti-military, all of those things actually ended up going over to the right because of the vaccine mandates, which is, once again, we can get in that discussion at a different point. So now you have this really complicated, weird kind of thing going on where you have Trump and you have Biden, and then you have RFK Jr., and RFK Jr. kind of actually splits that third-party vote because in many ways he appeals to people that used to be leftists that went over to the right. And on the left, he still has like the name recognition that could pull votes from Biden as well. I think, personally, what do I think on that? Fuck, that's tough. Oh, man. I think he'll end up pulling more votes from Trump supporters. If I'm going to qualify that, I'm going to say because of the people that I know that moved over to the right because of the anti-vax shit. I don't think that Trump has really came out and been anti-vax. I think he said dumb shit. I think he's spread misinformation. But it was his vaccine to begin with, right? So I think that he pulls more from Trump. That's just my personal opinion. I could be 100% wrong about that. 100% wrong about it. RFK is hard to listen to. Yeah, I love that people like hate on Joe Biden and then they listen to RFK. I'm like, I don't know. It's hard to fucking listen to. You work in healthcare, and yeah, I think most people that actually work in healthcare, Nisha. I'm probably fucking up your name. Sorry. Phonetically spell that for me. I grew up in a trailer park. I have zero fucking reading comprehension. I don't even think that's the word for it. But yeah, I think most people that work in healthcare are going to be, oh, cool, thank you. Yeah, I think that you're going to end up with most people in healthcare being anti-RFK because you guys are educated to the actual thing. When I went into the COVID pandemic, and I had to make the decision on whether or not I would get the vaccine or not, because it was a decision, whether people not want to agree with that or not, it was a decision. I did a bunch of research on mRNA. I did a bunch of research on Trump's administration as far as the vaccine goes, including the military guy that was in charge of Operation Lightspeed. I watched a fuck ton of videos about from scientists that either agreed or disagreed with the vaccine. And just so you know, this is during Trump's administration. So most of these scientists that you guys would be like fucking, of course they're pro-left. No, these were people that were agreeing with Trump putting forth the vaccine. So they were agreeing with the other side because they were agreeing with the science, not with the politician. So I went through a bunch of that shit. I did a ton of reading articles, kind of figuring out how mRNA works, because mRNA works different than your traditional vaccine does. And I had to make that decision because I was going to show my family that it was safe, right? Like I was going to be the person, since I was considered a frontline employee. I had access to the vaccine before anybody else did, other than I think school teachers and nurses. And so I got involved. I did my research. I really felt really confident about taking it, and I made that decision before Trump ever got out of office. And that was because I based it on science, not on a politician, which people need to stop fucking doing. So I think that people in healthcare generally, for the most part, you're going to be talking like high 90s percentage points, are probably going to say that they disagree with RFK because they're actually educated in the subject. And this is, once again, you don't need to be an instant fucking expert on everything. You don't. You just don't. It's not, you don't need to. Trump made Trump did make us a laughing stock. And that was his point. Trump wanted people to laugh. He was insulting people. It's fucking mind-blowing that people are like, you didn't make us a laughing stock. That was like what he did. He looks like not Louis C.K. He looks like Louis Anderson the way he stands. He stands like Louis Anderson. He even fucking leans over like he's a comedian. Fucking, he got what he wanted. He got what he wanted. Hope you're right that he gets more Trump supporters, but if these stupid college kids, well, Tom, so that's why having that talk with Adam Mockler really kind of changed my viewpoint on that. Was Adam's point of view was that when it comes to actually going to the ballot box, like when people have to actually make that decision, he felt pretty strongly about his generation, and he's down in there. He's talking to these kids. He spends a lot of time. I manage young people. Most of the young people I talk to probably not going to vote, but Adam had a different point of view, said that he thinks that like a lot of people his age that are politically motivated are going to vote for Joe Biden. So that's why I said that. My channel is pure Trump hate. Yeah, no, it's not pure Trump hate. It's pure Trump crazy supporter hate. Pure Trump crazy supporter hate. You got to like put me in the right niche, please. Like you have to understand, I make fun of Trump, but I mostly make fun of Trump supporters that say crazy shit like Joe Biden is a skin suit. If you just watch the whole fucking thing, then you might know that. But you didn't. There's no way you've watched all my videos. Go watch my fucking video on the Trump supporter that literally abused fucking monkeys. Like, you don't think I should be calling that out? Fair enough, but I'm still right. You are a Trump supporter. Skim, you can put it in the chat once. After that, I start banning you if you fucking spam. Do not spam shit. What's wrong with you guys? Do not spam. Okay, last chance, buddy. You're 100% a Trump supporter. You had the exact same argument. You might be right, or what do you say? Fair enough, but I'm still right. All right. Sorry, Skim Wave, but no spam, buddy. We don't do spam. You can come in here. You can say Trump 24. You can say fucking Trump with fucking Israeli flags and American flags. You guys can do whatever the fuck you guys want, but don't fucking spam. Like, how hard is that to fucking read the whole last comment? I read the whole one. You said, fair enough. Or you mean the one before that? See, look, talking to people on a fucking channel is hard. Your channel is pure Trump hate. You seem intelligent. Focus your energy on real issues. Make a difference. This is a clown show. It is a clown show. It's meant to be a clown show. You guys don't pay me anything. Cobra, I've spent more time talking to you than anybody else in the show so far, and you haven't given me any money. Sharon, my guy. I fucking haven't seen you in a while. Love to see you, Sharon. What's the difference, Trump or not? There never was a good president anywhere in the world. I disagree, Sharon. I disagree. I think that everybody is an amalgamation of different traits. Some things they do good, some things they do bad. And then when we're looking at so in a court of law, right, you have to have a preponderance of evidence. So it's all dependent on what you're trying to prove. So something like, murder or something like that, you have to have beyond a shadow of a doubt. But just like the baseline preponderance for evidence is like 51%. So let's use that as the idea. If I'm saying somebody is a good president, then I need to prove that 51% of the things are good and 49% were potentially either bad or negligible. I would say that there's been a lot of good presidents, both on the left and the right, if you consider 51%. But have they ever done bad shit? 100%. A lot of the stuff in that Turning Point docuseries, I don't know if they have that in Polish, Sharon, but that Turning Point docuseries on the Cold War is fucking insane. But I think that there's people out there that have tried to do things right. I think that there are people that have done good things, and then I think that people have done bad things for good reasons. I think that there are bad people that did good things on accident. I think it's the totality of what a person has done that really should be judged as to whether or not they've been beneficial to society. And I think, and you guys are probably all going to shit on me for this one, whether you're left or right, I think that we're headed in the right direction. I think that we're slowly working out these things, even on my clown show, Cobra. Even on a clown show. That we could be moving in the correct direction. What do you think, Sharon? You think I'm wrong? Yeah, you're in Poland, though. Fucking Poland always gets the short end of the stick, dude. Every fucking war starts by somebody invading Poland. I understand why you feel that way, Sharon. 100% I understand why you feel that way. Every time I'm like, hey, stay the fuck away from Poland. Go invade somewhere else first. Jesus Christ, guys. Even right now, isn't that a thing right now, Sharon? That that Russia may go from Ukraine to Poland next? That's the fucking idea. Why is it always Poland? Leave Poland alone. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate you saying that. Me and Cobra, we're going to become friends at one point. You should apologize for assuming so much about me. I actually, as much of what you said. But why should I apologize to you when you haven't apologized to me, Cobra? Isn't that how this starts? Isn't this how this starts? You want to have a good good conversation. You want to have a relationship, and it starts by being the example, Cobra. Putin is trying to give us a big part of Ukraine after he wins the war. No shit. Is that how he's trying to get Poland into it? Crazy. I gotta look into this shit. I gotta spend some time on Poland, Sharon. I don't have any time fucking nowadays, guys. I don't. Is that what it is, Carolyn? God damn it. Should we hug it out, Havanas? Are you talking to me? I give Cobra a hug. I give all you motherfuckers a hug, even the Trump supporters. I love all you motherfuckers. You guys think that I'm on here just making fun of you all the time. I'm trying to get you out of the cult. I'm trying to get you to at least have conversations with me after you insult me. Y'all insult me, I insult you back, and then we have a conversation. Diddy enters the chat. Oh, Jesus! You guys want to talk about football? I'll really shit on you. I'm an Eagles fan. We're going to fight for real on that. We're going to fight for real on some football, all right? I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I am who I am. I'm a human fucking being. I'm a real motherfucker. I sit up here and I just talk to you in the way that I would talk to you if I saw you on the street. This is who I am. There is no facade. At the end of the day, I don't have a WWE persona. I have been this person my entire fucking life. I understand that I am flawed. I understand that I am imperfect. And I understand that I will be incorrect. But at least when you come on this channel, you can believe that you will get the person that is here. I ain't trying to sell you shit. I want your money, though. Because who doesn't? I'm just saying. Like, if you guys want me to be perfect, I ain't the fucking perfect person. That's just not going to happen. Steelers! Dolphins! My kid's a Dolphins fan. Kid's a Dolphin fucking kid. What up, Honey Girl? Honey Girl, newest member to Angry Ginger Army. Honey Girl, thank you so much for your support. 10 cents a day you can support a soulless ginger that comes up here and admit shit like that he's wrong all the time. It's up to you guys. Raiders! My dad's a Raiders fan. What video? Which video am I supposed to play, Southpaw? We're winding down. We're winding down. Dodgers. I used to be a Dodgers fan when I was a kid. When it was like Earl Hershiser, Brett Butler. Honey Girl, awesome person. Thank you so much. 10 cents a day, guys. Camden. What's up, Camden? Starting to wind down, guys. I gotta go like do shit so my wife doesn't divorce me. If y'all can peel yourself away from the self-indoctrination for a bit, go read a graph of the economy for the last 20 metric. Yeah, I'm with that. Bad. What Bad said. Go check out the graph. I don't even care if it either agrees with me or it doesn't. Fabian hates me. That's fine. It's understandable, bro. Some people hate me. Some people love me. Giants. Honey Girl's a Giants fan. Honey Girl, I used to be an A's fan. I say that because I don't know if you can be an A's fan anymore. They don't really have a team. Mr. G. I think I confused you with somebody else. I saw somebody else named Mr. something last stream. Thanks for being here, Mr. G. I wonder if Melania is talking to Stormy Daniels. Help get done. Look, jokes are okay. Insults are all right. I've spent way too much time watching people like Bill Burr. That's why I am who I am, Ross. I grew up watching George Carlin, Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle. I watch a lot of people, motherfuckers. Everybody is going to have a problem with people on the right, people on the left. People say dumb shit. I say dumb shit. Like, you just got to be who you are, and some people gonna like you, some people ain't. It's kind of fucking life, man. I don't know. You know, Fabian hates me. Vegas A's. Packers. My wife likes the Packers. Ah, man. Later, Mike. Appreciate you. Love you, Mike. Thanks for always being here, always supporting me, Mike. Why do I think that Bill Maher turned out to be somewhat not as liberal as he says? First of all, because Bill's a fucking comedian, and I think that people that are like more like comedy driven tend to see things in a different way. That's why like Rogan, like every once in a while I have a take where you're like, actually I don't disagree with that. The problem with people just like myself included, I'm including myself, guys, and I'm not a fucking stand-up comedian, but I think I'm funny, okay? One of the problems with thinking you're fucking funny is sometimes you say stuff and it comes out wrong, or you say stuff that you think is funny and it's taken the wrong way, or sometimes you just think some shit because you're not an expert and you can't possibly be right about everything, and some people just have fucking different points. And also, one of the things with comedians right now is we on the left do kind of shit on people for making mistakes a little too harshly. And we need to be better about that. One of the best things about the left has always been their ability to have self-analysis and criticize a lot within the party. I always point out AOC. When AOC first came into the party, I was like, yo, like she's fiery, she's passionate. I like that, but you know, she needs a few years of experience being a politician to kind of become a better professional, to become better at talking to people across the aisle. And I actually think that she has. I think she still has a long way to go, but I think she's actually became a lot better. And I think that's because the left really criticizes. You see people like MTG and you see Lauren Boebert, and they get to like run roughshod over the Republican Party because right now they're just willing to accept whoever, right? So when I look at somebody like Bill Maher, I probably see somebody that says, hey, I do agree that there's too many homeless people on the streets in San Francisco. And then on the left, what we end up doing is going, hey, that's fucking inhumane to fucking talk about in that way. And certain people among us on the left tend to then go in really fucking hard on people like that. And then you see them get pushed further and further to the right. One of the examples I'll use is Joe Rogan's use of the N-word. So I grew up with really racist people, white powers, skinheads, all of those things. I lost all my hair, guys. I didn't join up, okay? And so when I hear people use the N-word, that is a trigger for me. Like, you know, like I grew up physically fighting people for using the N-word. My best friend was half black. Like, we got in a lot of fucking fights. You know, like, we lived in a fucking skinhead area. We got in a lot of fights growing up. So hearing the N-word really is a trigger point for me. So when that video got released of Joe Rogan saying the N-word, I was like, dude. And I actually liked Rogan a lot. I've been to a Joe Rogan show before. Really liked him. And I was like, man, that's fucking really disappointing, dude. That's really disappointing. And then almost immediately he came out and he apologized. And I felt like that apology was a pretty good apology. He said, listening to it, you know, at first I was kind of like, oh, well, hey, everybody fucks up. And he's like, after about 3 minutes of hearing myself say that word, I was like, oh, God, like, this is real. This is bad. And if you don't believe me, you can go watch his apology. And I'm not apologizing for anything Rogan's done since then. But at that time, I was kind of like, well, hold on. Give a person a chance to apologize. Give a person a chance to be a better person. Give a person a chance for a road to redemption. And I do think on the left, specifically for a certain portion of time, we really went hard on motherfuckers. And not myself, but a lot of other people did. And that kind of pushed certain people over to the right, or more center right, than I think that we give ourselves credit for. We have to analyze our own behaviors. We have to say when we're wrong. We have to say even when we're not wrong, that our actions maybe pushed somebody too far or did something to them. I don't know. You guys might not agree with that. I don't know. You guys might not agree with that. But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with why Bill Maher is more to the right. Jon Stewart, actually, Tom, was a great example of that. What just happened with Jon Stewart saying, you know, hey, look, Donald Trump's a traitor. He's treasonous, all this shit. But yeah, Joe Biden is older. Why are these our choices? And then the left just went in on Jon Stewart. And that was crazy for me. I'm like, that is like, if there is a close to a cult figure in the left, it's Jon Stewart. Once again, proves why the left isn't a cult, just so you guys know, is that they went in on Jon Stewart for doing that shit. And I think that they were wrong. I think Jon Stewart did what the left should do. I think that the left should say, yeah, Joe Biden's old. That's fucking, it's literal. It's a number. You can't deny that. And then point towards his legislation, point towards his policies, point towards his administration, because those are the things that sets him apart from Trump. You know, like that's what's important. And by certain people, I'm not claiming everybody did, but certain people on the left going in really hard on Jon Stewart and saying, like, don't do that. You don't need to do that. You can disagree with him. You can say, hey, I don't think that was the best move. But like shitting on the dude and being like, oh, great, now Jon Stewart's on the right. Like, that's a fucking overreaction. We can't do that. We gotta be better. Like, we can't just, like I said, the right can't just say everything is fake or I don't believe shit or whatever. And the left can't either. We can't sit here and say, well, I guess fuck Jon Stewart then. Jon Stewart, go over there, I don't care. Because that's how you lose the good ones, man. That's how you lose the good ones. Rogan's going to vote for Trump. Yeah, I don't doubt that, actually. Like I said, Tom, I don't know if I can support some of the shit that that he said since I think he got triggered by COVID, man. Pounding there in your head, Oliver Stewart. Well, I listen to a lot of people, Bad Harmonics, but I prefer Bad Harmonics. I prefer to read shit because I think people, even being on my channel, should be aware of the fact that when you're watching a person talk, you have to be aware of inflection, you have to be aware of cadence, you have to be aware of charisma. I think that more people should go and find articles and read studies and specifically meta-analysis and legislation. Those are the things that I think you should be doing. I don't think you should be just saying John Oliver, Jon Stewart, Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson. Like, if you just like follow people that talk, then you're really doing yourself a disservice. You should be reading. Reading is the way to go. Name a car for an edit. Wait, I don't know what any of that stuff means. Sorry. If you don't write it out in a full sentence, I can't understand it. I actually, yes, think that Joe Rogan will vote for Donald Trump because I think he's bought into the Joe Biden is too old thing. Thank you, honey. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's literally just how I feel. Once again, I don't have a reason fucking to say any of these things. Oh, you want to use my voice in something? You want to use my voice in something? Shit. Subaru Legacy. Yeah, exactly, Blop. That's what I'm saying is that's the argument to make, Blop. That's the argument to make. You know, Howard Stern is voting for Biden. Yeah, I know Howard Stern said he would. I know he said he'd vote for Biden. Any car and you picked that? I said it. I said Subaru Legacy for you, buddy. Subaru Legacy. There you go. Man of the people. I'm just trying to help out. But you guys, if you disagree with that, say you disagree with it. It's okay. I'm not going to get mad. I only insult people when they insult me. If somebody shits on me, I'm going to shit on them back, and that should be understood. But if you want to have conversations, you want to push back against something I believe, whether you're on your left, you're the right, I want to hear it. I want you to push back. I want you to criticize my points of view because that's how I develop better points of view. I'm not upset with Bad Harmonics for saying that, like, you know, all those people, like, that I could potentially be one of those people. No, I hear what he's saying, or she, or they, whatever the fuck you are. I appreciate your point of view. Thanks for pushing back. Taylor Swift is voting for Dark Brandon. Damn right, Taylor Swift is. Damn right. Anyways, all right, guys, I gotta go do stuff with my family. Like I said, I do this for a hobby. I appreciate you guys. If you can, please support my channel by joining the Angry Ginger Armor. It's 10 cents a day. That's the cheapest thing you're going to find in this economy. All right, you can also support me with super chats. I really appreciate you guys. When you guys want me to answer a question and you don't think I'm going to see it because the chat's kind of moving at some point, please, you know, super chat and I'll answer your question. The other ways you can support me is just by watching my videos. I got my video up at top. It's actually one that is very important to me if you guys care about animals, if you care about, like, shining a spotlight on animal abuse. There is a recent guy in Virginia that just pleaded guilty and I believe is flipping on the other members of what happened to be a gigantic ring of monkey torture, which, like, I couldn't even believe existed. And I really want to shine a light on that. And I want people to, whether you're left, right, center, I don't care what political party you're in, you should be against animal abuse and you should support, like, putting these people in prison or fucking something else in an ocean or something like that too. So please, if you haven't watched the video, it is pinned in the comment up top. Please hit the like button, share it with your friends, comment on it, do anything you can, because I really feel very strongly about this message. So, you know, even though Cobra's gonna come on here and tell me I'm a clown show, which I am. Honey girl, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. Really do. I really fucking appreciate you. You want people to see that I'm a psyop, an actor, and a crazy old man, 2 wings and the same bird. You know, that's all your opinion. Never been called a psyop before, guys. It's a first. Bad? Seek help, bro. Seek help. Oh, we are in. Okay. We are in a psyop. I also don't believe that either. But if you ever want to have that conversation, come back to the channel and we'll have it someday. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys, death. All of those things. Remember, this isn't a psyop. It's a good life to have. It's quite possibly the only one you have. Hug your children. Kiss your wife. Kiss your husband. Don't be on YouTube all day. Don't get deep into this shit where you think everything's a psyop. Go out and touch grass. Shake hands with real people. Have real fucking conversations with real human beings. Okay? Like, that's what life's about. Life's about happiness. Have some optimism. Have some hope. I appreciate you guys to death. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. All right, guys. Bye.